News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. In the shadow of the White House, Vice President Kamala Harris vowed to put country over party.
On day one, if elected, Donald Trump would walk into that office with an enemies list. When elected, I will walk in with a to-do list.
Harris delivered her closing arguments from the Ellipse in Washington, D.C. It's the patch of park where former President Donald Trump rallied supporters on January 6th. Trump outlined his day one plans in an interview with Fox's Sean Hannity.
We're going to take care of our borders immediately, day one. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We have more liquid gold than anybody else.
Today, Harris will visit North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The former president will head to North Carolina and Wisconsin, too. And the Yankees force a Game 5 in the World Series with an 11-4 win over the Dodgers. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Report is brought to you by Lovington Wellness Center, enhancing lives by improving the quality of life.
Join the Lovington Wellness Center family. More than a gym, it's a community where goals are achieved and exceeded. They offer all-inclusive memberships for families, first responders, and senior citizens at competitive prices. Visit them today and join a cycling class, grab a smoothie, or take a walk on the indoor track. Whatever your goals are, they can help you achieve them at the Lovington Wellness Center, 1625 North Main in Lovington.
MTD Radio News, Blake Ovard here. We're talking to Lovington head coach Josh Bailey. Coach, it was a heartbreaking loss against Deming, but all is not lost. You still have Santa Teresa this week. The playoff picture is looking okay. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, Blake, 3 tough losses in a row. Really had a chance to win them at the very end of all 3 of them. And right now, to be completely honest, we're just finding ways to lose. At the beginning of the year, we were finding ways to win. And so right now we're focusing on just trying to make it happen instead of waiting around or hoping and trying to make things happen in our favor. We knew this district was going to be tough. It's proven to be so. You know, we got to turn the page and look at Santa T. Got to travel down there, take the long trip. But I'm hoping we can kind of get back on track with a win down there. That's the goal. And then we'll be looking at the playoffs. And hopefully we can, win a first round there and just see what happens. I still believe that this team can do some really special things in the playoffs. All the teams that will play, if we make it to the second and third round and stuff, we battled really hard and been close to winning. And we beat Roswell High at the beginning of the year. That's the number 1 team in the state. So I still like our chances.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Report was brought to you by Lovington Wellness Center, 1625 North Main in Lovington.
Are you a mechanic looking for a career, not just a job? Hobbs Truck and Trailer is now hiring heavy-duty and light medium-duty mechanics. $20 to $45 an hour depending on experience. Retirement, insurance packages, uniforms after 30 days. You owe it to yourself to apply now at Hobbs Truck and Trailer. Call 575-433-4166 or apply online at hobbstruckandtrailer.net. Equal Opportunity Employer. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. The Family of Excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking encourage you to vote. If you can't make it to the polls on Tuesday, November 5th, vote early, but be sure to vote. This year's election will be one of the closest and most consequential in our nation's history, so every vote matters. Thank you for voting and praying for our country and its leaders from the Lucky Family of Excellence. And God bless America.
Dear Plugged In, you in on this? Toyota's versatile SUVs roll up their sleeves and take on tough jobs. Dress up for a night out or haul your family and friends with their spacious interiors. And they're available with some real sweet tech. Want a hybrid SUV? Oh yeah, they got those too. All with a slew of standard features so you won't break the bank. Get the juice at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
There's a new Tractor Supply store in the neighborhood, and you're invited to celebrate with us at our grand opening sale. At your local Tractor Supply, you'll find thousands of products to help take care of your life out here, whether that's caring for a new puppy, upgrading your outdoor power, or building a chicken coop. Out here, projects come in all sizes. That's why we have everything you need, from neighborly advice to the brands you trust like Toro, Carhartt, and Purina. We also offer services that make shopping safe and convenient, like buy online, pick up in store, and contactless curbside pickup. Don't think of us as just a store. Think of us as your neighbor, a neighbor who has everything you need for life out here.
Your local Tractor Supply store is now open and ready to serve you. Come celebrate our grand opening in Lovington, Thursday, November 6th through Sunday, November 10th, and find a ton of great deals store-wide. Check out our huge garden center, your home for plants, lawn, and garden supplies. Plus, take home a free TSC hat while supplies last. Tractor Supply, opening at 1701 South Main Street in Lovington.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast as we go down to 285 as temperatures about 70 degrees, still breezy in the Roswell area, 75 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 72 degrees at our radio studios in Lovington, and still breezy. Tomorrow's temperatures around 70 after a very cool morning, and 71 degrees from Carlsbad, Artesia. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Let's go! Up and at 'em. All right, rise and shine.
Good morning to you, too.
Go, let's go, let's go!
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio.
You have questions? We have answers.
Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
Why? How does it affect your family?
Why are they doing that?
You have questions?
Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Check us out on Facebook.
The new and improved Be in the Breakfast Club. Now including Monica and Blake.
I don't know how those two managed to be so perky in the morning.
All right.
Tom, I don't want to wake up.
Oh, cheer up. It's almost Halloween.
When is it?
Tomorrow.
It's my favorite holiday.
We love Halloween.
I'm going to make you hump day treat.
The show's about ready to stop. It's showtime.
All right, all our lights are on. Action. The cameras are on. We're ready to roll this morning. Tom A. looking kind of perky in here this morning, like he's not going to fall asleep. It's
Perky.
awesome. Perky.
Well, that's for now.
That's because it's a little chilly outside.
It is chilly.
Yeah.
He's not falling asleep.
Not yet. Not yet. But
I've never been accused of being perky.
Are you? Yeah. It's
Hello
amazing
there.
all the buttons that get switched in one afternoon.
I didn't even look at those.
Tom.
Oh my Lord!
All the other buttons were
I
off
saw a
for
picture
traffic.
of you.
Yeah, we were busy in here talking about pertinent stuff, and Tom being so perky this morning.
Did y'all see
So-
that picture that was posted to W105
No.
of him with the ice cream truck?
Big Bear ice
truck?
cream. Robert Mendoza. He was in the. He was selling ice cream with his truck at my complex. I was going to the softball game to officiate, and he saw me.
Yeah.
And he said,
Let me give you some
Tom."
ice cream. Let me give you some ice cream.
So, Big Bear Ice Cream, thank you for sponsoring us for Yes. the fun walk
Absolutely.
coming up. And
Let
he
me,
said, Tom, I sponsored this for you.
Let me give you some ice cream
So he
here,
did.
Tom.
So, I'm going to make sure my knees and my ankles are really numbed up. Because if he went that far to sponsor me, I have an
So why don't you
obligation.
do this? Why don't you ice them?
The night before.
Yes.
And
Ice
then-
them. I mean, I would ice mine, but now my fridge is out.
Right.
And by the way, if there's anybody, I know somebody gave you a fridge, right, Tom, and a TV, listeners, and a heater. If
Look.
anybody wants to donate a fridge to me, that would be awesome.
But it needs to be small.
because it's an RV fridge is the one you're looking for. But
I'm heading to Lubbock as soon as I get off, and I'm going to go buy. I don't need anybody to buy me anything. I'll go buy my own. I'll leave the begging for Tom.
Oh, they gave me the fridge. I didn't ask for one.
Because they got tired of you bitching and moaning every morning about not having. It's the same thing about not having a shower. Finally, they went and fixed your shower. I get you're like a woman. You just continue to nag until it finally happens. Sorry about that, Monica.
That's okay. I try not to be a nag, honest.
Well, it's like your birthday. It was more than a month out every single day.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
I didn't get my upside down cake, though.
It's my birthday.
That's because you begged.
Yeah, well, it also could be because you're diabetic and nobody wants to add to ending your life.
They don't want to be enablers.
Yes. I mean, we're done being enablers. God bless you. Today is Buy a Donut Day. Since you've had your ice cream, just soon go get out the donut. Checklist day. Did anybody write a checklist?
I'm writing. I make to-do lists.
Yeah,
all the time.
I used to be big on that. I'm not really big on that anymore.
I have a list going on my phone.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. Haunted refrigerator night going on tonight. Oh, really? Also Mischief Night, National Candy Corn Day. We've got Speak Up for Service Day, Publicist Day. Tom, you ever had a publicist?
I should, as many persons I make.
Yeah.
Well, I can hook you up with a good one if you want one.
National Text Your Ex Day. No, thank you. God bless you. God bless
X
them
for
too.
a reason.
Yeah, God bless them too.
Or send them a friend request. I got a friend request from mine.
No. Just say no.
That never works. I mean, it could work in some people, but
not in this case.
There's a few times that it works.
The Will Rooney and Jens of the world, it works. And God bless them. It didn't work. Pumpkin Bread Day, Sugar Addiction Awareness Day going on all day today. Tom, Sugar Addiction Awareness Day. You know who passed away yesterday? Terry Garr.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Best movie she was ever in.
Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein.
That is a great movie. Yeah. She was also in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Tootsie, Mr. Mom, and others. She died from, she had MS.
Oh, man.
And she was 79 years of age. And 8 months following his arrest for driving under the influence, former Home Improvement star Zachary Ty Bryan was arrested again. Oh, wow. Similar charge and driving on a revoked driver's license. This guy has had issues.
Yep.
There was a domestic violence. I think I'm right about that. And for a young man to be having all these problems, Hollywood messes you up.
Yep.
It definitely messes you up. All right, number 877-396-W105. Question of the day this morning, being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. Question of the day: how much money do you spend on Halloween candy?
Ooh.
Halloween candy. How much money do you spend on Halloween candy? I would love to hear from you and about Halloween candy. By the way, text line 877-396-W105. Being brought to you by Kubota and Amigo Machinery. You can find them at amigo-machinery.com. Thinking about getting maybe a tractor or getting, hunting season's here. You need a 4x4. They've got you covered there. They got you covered with everything. Go by and see them today. And we're broadcasting from the End of the Mountain God studio this morning. 613, Joe Rogan says that he shot down a podcast interview with Vice President Kamala Harris after her campaign made several demands.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe was like, no hyena, no laughing. He was like, if I want a hyena, I'll go to the zoo.
I think really what it all boiled down to was that they wanted him to change everything about his show to suit them, rather than them coming on his show.
No, he wasn't going to do it. They wanted to do 1 hour, and he would have to go to them. And he said, no, Trump came to us, and we're not going to go to you. So,
she can't sit down and be real for longer than that.
That is the problem. That is the problem, being real. So, podcaster, Democratic presidential nominee will not be there. She wanted him to go to her. And then she said, I've got so much going on. I can only do 1 hour.
It was about control.
A podcast like Joe Rogan, the most listened to podcast in, I would venture to say, the world, because there are people that listen all over the world because he talks about other stuff than politics. And
35 million people is his general reach.
Wow. Yeah. And so he's like, no, I'm not bending. And kudos going out to him. Right. Kudos going to, I mean, even her husband, Doug Emhoff, it's saying, no, she can't go more than an hour. That's why he got the nanny. Did that not hit home or what? Am I going to be like the comedian doing the Puerto Rican jokes? By the way, Donald Trump picked up a big endorsement yesterday in Puerto Rico, and there was actually a Trump parade going on in Puerto Rico yesterday, but he picked up from a senator from Puerto Rico, picked up the endorsement.
Did you hear about that on mainstream media?
No. Barbara Pierce Bush, daughter of former President George W. Bush, endorsed Kamala Harris. Spent the weekend, politicking for the Democratic ticket, making it the most disappointing Bush since the last time Bill Clinton went to the strip club.
Well, if you think about it, George W. Bush was the president here in the United States that basically ushered in the New World Order into our politics.
And that's why I cannot stand
They're all part of that.
George Bush and W. Yeah, I mean, you attacked the wrong damn country. You got friends killed because you attacked the wrong country in the name of money.
Yep.
In the name of money. Where are the weapons of mass destruction?
But George W., he was the one that...
You want to go after somebody, go after Saudi Arabia. That's where every one of those bombers were from.
Yep. But if you want to point to what really put the U.S. on the track to the
That's
world
it
government,
right there.
That's it.
More Republicans than Democrats have voted early voting in Nevada, Arizona, and North Carolina, and 40 million people have voted so far. The number that really surprised me yesterday was Kamala Harris was pulling money from North Carolina. She's basically yanking all her advertising. She is conceding that Donald Trump has already won North Carolina. That happened yesterday. And one number that I saw yesterday was over 40% of voters, registered voters in North Carolina, have already voted.
Wow. That's awesome.
40% have already voted. Juvenile arrested for making a threat against the Hobbs Municipal Schools. Officials were able to swiftly respond to the Hobbs Alternative School and found the person making the threatening phone calls. So he is a juvenile. The anonymous call came to the Hobbs PD about 10:40 a.m., threatening the safety of the Hobbs Municipal Schools. Due to the threat being severe, school resource officers placed the district in a secure, I guess that means lockdown.
Yes.
And but this juvenile, they located the juvenile that was making the threats. The juvenile was arrested, according to the Hobbs PD. They were able to confirm that there were no additional threats made to the school, and the school safely, lifted all protocol, and everybody went back to school. Now, coincidence or not, the Attorney General of New Mexico yesterday, or I think it was actually the day before, came out, and I don't have that story in front of me, but said that any school threats, the punishment for making a threat on a school would go up a whole bunch. It would be a severe punishment.
We'll find out.
And
it should be.
Yeah. Right. Look, the Attorney General, even though he is a Democrat,
right,
he has actually done some good things. He's actually done some good things.
All the good things you can point to for him all involve children.
Yes.
And thank goodness, because if there's one area that we want them to be good, it's protecting the children.
Yeah. So Attorney General stiffer penalties for making a school shooting threat. And look, this is the problem with this. I don't think it should just be school shooting threat.
No.
I think it should be a threat. So if somebody calls and says, I'm going in there with a machete and I'm going to hack up 20 kids. What's the difference saying I'm going to go in there and shoot up 20 kids?
There's no difference.
No difference. So, Raul Torres, I applaud your decision.
Yes.
Halfway. It should be any threat. Also, if you're going to the Trump rally, there is a problem with parking in Albuquerque. This is nothing more than political grandstanding. I'll get to that coming up next. 6:20, also the tweet of the day, still to come. Check of the weather being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 firearms in stock at any given time. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, they've got them all. Trade in your gun to get a better gun. They're located in Roswell, 1907 North Main in Roswell. If you're not familiar with the location, when you're going down Main Street, look for the big yellow sign. It's got an AK on the sign. That always triggers the liberals. And closed on Saturday, open on Sunday. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. You can sell them your guns. Check them out today. Chance of rain? Man, no rain today, but it could be patchy blowing dust coming up this afternoon. 76 for the high. Sunny skies this morning. Blowing dust by this afternoon. Clear tonight, getting down to 44. A little cold tonight. Thursday, 71, and then 48 for that would be Halloween, right? Thursday. So it's going to be a little cool for Halloween, and then rain in the forecast pretty much through Friday and Saturday. So if you're going to a ball game, there could be a chance of rain in the forecast if you're going to a ball game close by. Check of the weather this morning. Being brought to you by Rig Outfitters. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, anything you need to work in the patch. They have you covered. Hard hats, work boots, safety gear, steel toe boots. They also have a huge selection of boots in the $99 section. Boots for just $99. And while you're there, pick up furniture, appliances, electronics, all with zero down financing. Next door is Scrub Outfitters. They have the largest selection of medical scrubs, healing hands, Met Couture, Peaches, Dickies, and others, and compression socks, all colors and designs. They have comfortable shoes and more. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, and the Broadmoor Mall.
All right, Texas says, forget about Albuquerque. Trump needs to stop here in Hobbs.
Well, Albuquerque's where the people are.
Yeah. Well, they'd be preaching to the choir out here, though. So. Yeah. So now conservatives are deplorable garbage, says this other texter.
It's what Joe Biden said.
Do you remember the format? I know it's been a day. You do one?
I was waiting on her, but
she does one.
Yeah, go ahead, Monica.
You never pause, bro. You never pause. You got to open the door.
Well, it's a bad habit. Hello, I've been doing it for years.
You have to open the gate.
Will you guys please do more research on 9/11? Maybe not Tom, but you guys and gals seem a little smart. Anthony from Roswell is asking.
Look, I'm 9/11. I don't think it is what it is. I don't think it was what it was. I do believe 9/11 happened. There are people that believe that it never happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I believe it happened. But the country that did it had nothing to do with Saddam Hussein.
No.
And
it was an inside job.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with Iraq.
Yeah.
It was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead, Tom.
Original Tom A. Hater says, I grew up in a middle-class family, and now President Magoo has called me a mega trash. Says
garbage.
Yep.
You're garbage.
Y'all need to follow up the Joe Rogan story. J.D. Vance jumped in and made the appointment to go on the Rogan show when Kamala beat around the bush.
Well, no. I think they called J.D. Vance. He's like, yeah, I'm down. You name the time and the place, I'll make it work.
Yeah.
See, because J.D. Vance
is real.
comes from a working class family.
A middle class family.
That he understands that you have to work.
Actually, lower middle class.
Yeah, very lower middle class. Yeah. Crazy. One more, Tom.
And that's right about Bush. Boy, watch the Ministry music video, NWO, and you'll hear him say it.
New World Order.
New World Order.
Yep.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh, there was one for you. B, missing him. I missed all of the drama years ago. That's
B, missing Mim?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Mim?
Oh, please don't go there. Please don't go there.
I don't know what that is.
Please don't go there.
Oh, okay. So you know what this person's talking
Yeah,
about.
I know exactly.
B,
Don't go there.
him. I missed all that drama years
I
ago.
am a happily married man for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
And don't go there. Republicans respond to the state disallowing the use of a parking lot. So
this is a typical Democrat move.
Yep. Well, and I sent you the videos.
Yep.
There are multiple things going on in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
In Allentown, Pennsylvania, the mayor came out. Trump's got a rally plan.
Yep.
They had the permit. They had everything.
Yep.
They actually had the map where everything was going to be blocked off. Everything was good. The mayor went out there. And
the city even announced that they were going to shut that area down.
It was on their social media that these roads would be shut down. The mayor goes out there with his little purse.
Yes.
And he's like, you are not going to close this, this, and this. And the Trump guy, young guy, too.
Yeah, he was then off on him.
Stood by his guns and said, nope, I have a permit. The mayor said, I'll pull the permit.
Yep.
He said, we'll sue you. And he stood by his guns. But this is the crap that we have to put up with. Yesterday, and Pennsylvania is very important to this campaign.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
And the town, and I've got
Allentown.
No, it wasn't Allentown. It was Quakertown. I just said Allentown with the rally.
Okay.
Quakertown. You know where that is?
Pennsylvania.
Have you ever heard about it?
Yes.
Yeah. What have you heard
Where
about
is
Quakertown?
They make cereal there.
No. They don't make cereal there.
Sometimes I wish I had a shock collar on you. I just.
They make.
Anyway, can I finish my story now?
Go ahead.
So Quakertown, this lady goes to vote, and she's got people with her to vote. And the guy goes, we've cut off the line already. They shut down voting at 1:45.
Oh.
At 1:45 in the afternoon, they said, that last person, they said, because it's grueling and our workers are tired. Well, don't be a poll worker.
Right.
Pretty simple.
Get a new shift of them.
So, but this whole thing about not being able to use the land commissioner saying, no, they're not going to be, they can't use this lot for parking.
Well, and I just want to point out that it's not all big cities. Quakertown's like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Right. I just looked up the population.
And by the way, they also, in the same town, Quakertown, they had people that were cutting in front of other people they were Hispanic. And they were allowing them to move to the front of the line. And by the way, all this is video. I mean, you can't pull this crap anymore. So they were moving, and they had Kamala T-shirts on. You can't go to the polling places.
No, you cannot.
So there's all this rigmarole that is going on, and it's just sad that, I don't think Republicans would do this.
No.
I don't think the Republican. I mean, if somebody wears a Kamala or Harris shirt, it does not trigger me. That damn MAGA hat. Oh, my God. Talk about want to trigger somebody.
Yeah, wear one.
What is so offensive about Make America Great Again?
Well, they want America to be in ashes. They want to burn it to the ground.
So that's what's so offensive.
Yeah.
Just the whole idea of Make America Great is bad.
Yeah.
Tucumcari woman sentenced for a fatal dog attack. So the Tucumcari woman will spend 6 years behind bars after a dog killed a elderly man. Investigators say that Mary Montoya and her son owned 5 dogs that roamed freely. And in February 2023, I remember the story, one of the dogs got out and mauled Stanley Hart. He was 64 years of age. And so she pled guilty to those charges. If you have a vicious dog.
If you have any dog, there's a reason why there's leash laws. Same thing with cats.
What about cats?
Yes, same thing with cats.
What about cats?
What about them?
What about cats?
They will destroy your property. They will sometimes go after small kids.
What about cats?
They need to be kept up because there's laws for that.
What about
if
cats?
you are letting them run at large, you are breaking the law.
What about them?
So are your cats breaking the law, Tom?
No, they're not.
No, Tom is breaking the law.
Tom, are you breaking the law?
My cats are not
I am not.
He is breaking the law.
I am not surprised because for over a year he didn't get his cats vaccinated.
Oh, so they're going to come down with all the diseases that cats
He
have.
finally got them vaccinated, supposedly. But
They're
for
fixed,
one,
they're vaccinated. What else do you want?
you for
To be
one
kept put up.
year you did not vaccinate them. For 1 year, they could spread so many diseases.
Yep. It's not just about your cats. It's about the things that they spread to others.
Bunch of feral cats. And now you let them run wild.
So they could pick up kitty AIDS. They could pass on kitty AIDS, which is very prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Not my cats.
Yes, your cats, because you let them run everywhere.
Not
you have
my
no
cats.
control over them.
They stay underneath the bus.
No.
Oh, please. I know cats. Cats will go catting around. Yeah, no doubt. World Series. Can you believe that more people watch the World Series in Japan than in America?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
15.15 million people watching the World Series.
Isn't the
in
Dodgers,
Japan.
isn't that like one of the major teams
Yes.
in Japan?
Yes.
Well, of course, Ohanti plays for them, too. So.
And then...
Otani?
Yeah. Who?
Ohanti.
Oh, hunky. You just called me a hunky?
Ohanti.
Who was that, Tom? Because I haven't seen that guy. I've seen Otani.
Yeah, that dude.
So, Yankee fan tried to rip the glove off of Mookie Betts.
Saw that.
Yeah. We're going to win one way or another. But the World Series in America just not getting the viewership that it used to. I think baseball as a whole, the hype is gone. It's just not as much. Trump calling supporters to forgive Biden and call for unity after the garbage comment. Joe Biden also said he would like to take Trump out.
Behind the shed.
No. This is the new one.
Oh.
Take him out in the water, whatever that means. So I got the cut. I'll play it. Trump vows to make car and truck loans fully tax deductible. There's a catch, though.
Yeah.
Has to be a car made in America.
Okay. That's
So
right.
if a car is made in America, you can actually deduct the entire thing.
Well, and you think about that. That does include some foreign brands like Toyota.
Toyota's,
made here.
Most of them are
Tundra
made
is made in San Antonio,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
You got part of Toyota made in
Kentucky.
No, I was thinking of Memphis. Outside of Memphis, there's a huge plant. Alabama, you've got a Mitsubishi
Yeah, I
plant.
was going to say, that's Mitsubishi.
Yeah, outside of Alabama. So many cars.
And Nissan.
No,
has a
let
big
me
plant
ask this. There are so many American cars that are made outside the country.
Right.
So that would not be included. It has to be made in America.
Well, think of how many Fords are made in Mexico.
Right. So this could help the car industry in America.
And bring them back.
What needs to happen, though, the union needs to get in line because it's two-part. Because if they're out of line and, it costs way more to build a car in America.
Yep. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day, being brought to you by Platinum Auto Services, professional mechanics you can trust. In fact, all their folks are ASE certified technicians. They're skilled and experienced. They use high-quality auto parts only, and they can take care of your vehicle, no matter if it's the minor stuff like tire changes and rotations, oil changes, window tinting. They could also do suspension work if you got a problem with your AC or heater, or you need them to find out what's going on. Maybe it's not even starting. They do diagnostic work. Find them today, 606 South Canal in Carlsbad, 575-689-6900. Tweet of the day, by the way, If you're a person that gets offended, I'm giving you a trigger warning in advance. Trigger warning in advance. But I very seldom agree with Jon Stewart. He is right about this. And I've said this for years, that one day comedians will be unemployed.
Yep.
Because Democrats do not have a funny bone in their bite.
Unless they're making fun of someone else themselves.
The only people you will be able to make fun of are white men.
Yep.
Coming soon. But Jon Stewart nailed it. He really did. So at the end, trigger warning at the end. If you get triggered, I'm just saying, you're probably going to get triggered on this. Send hate mail to tom@mtdradio.com.
He doesn't check his email, so
Aren't you in charge of the hate mail?
Yeah.
All right.
When was the last time you checked your email?
Yesterday.
6:35. Here we go.
Headlines for all the wrong reasons. A comedian who offered unfunny, racist, cringeworthy jokes.
Basically calling Puerto Ricans trash.
The most repulsive racial jokes about Latinos.
Disgusting and hateful.
So incredibly crude. Frankly, just too X-rated to play here.
Extremely vile so-called jokes.
Extremely vile so-called jokes. She name-checked my comedy album from the 90s. Did I really? I don't know who's AI, me or that guy. Now, obviously, in retrospect, having a roast comedian come to a political rally a week before Election Day and roasting a key voting demographic, probably not the best decision by the campaign politically. But to be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. I mean, here he is at the Tom Brady roast a few months ago.
Here,
the great Jeff Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Gronk, you look like the Nazi that kept burning himself on the ovens. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting.
By the way, he was talking about Kevin Hart. Trigger alert.
Funny.
Yeah.
Trigger alert. But some people have no...
See, I think that they understand, but they are just acting.
Yeah.
It's so X-rated.
Oh, yeah. Sure. It's vile. Oh, my goodness.
And what did you do today?
Yeah, here's Joe Biden with his recent threat.
Including, yes, Puerto Rico.
Joe Biden.
Well, I'd take that guy for a swim out there. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll take him in a swim out there. Joe Biden being Joe Biden. And Kamala Harris allowed this to go on. She knew that he was not whole, and she allowed it to go on. He also couldn't remember a guy's name, and this guy's been a senator since 2003.
Mm-hmm. Senator Chris Von Halen. What the hell's his name? He's new.
Oh, my
Chris
God.
Chris and I have been doing this for so many years now, it's getting old.
Yeah, he's new.
At least I'm getting old. Chris isn't getting old.
Yeah, I agree. You are getting old. 2003, the guy was elected. Unbelievable. New information coming out from CNN. Polling numbers are they're heading Trump's way.
Harris, as I said, had an 18-point advantage with Latinos. Biden in the 2020 exit polls, he had a 24-point advantage over Trump 4 years ago among Latinos in Arizona. Harris is +1 with Latinos in Nevada in our poll, but according to the 2020 exit polls, Biden won them by 26 percentage points. If that actually is what emerges on Election Day, that's a big warning sign in Nevada.
Where's the path? Where's the path to victory? Her polling numbers among Hispanics are down. Her polling numbers compared to Joe Biden. Joe Biden barely beat Donald Trump if you're saying he beat him.
Right.
If you're looking at the numbers,
Well, and they're really trying to downplay Trump's appearance here in New Mexico.
Right.
You know, they're like, oh, no, that's solidly blue. I don't know why he's wasting his time there.
And good news is Kamala Harris is going back to I'm a middle-class kid.
Message to Michigan voters in terms of the economy.
We have auto workers who are being laid off and those who fear that they might be laid off. The average person can't afford groceries or their rent. And recent polls in Michigan show that Michigan voters believe that Donald Trump would do a better job with handling the economy and bringing jobs back. What do you say to that?
Well, let's start with this. I come from the middle class, and I'll never forget where I come from. My mother worked very hard. She, by the time I was a teenager, was able to save up for our first home.
And that's why she can't go on Joe Rogan, because she only has those things memorized.
How does that help the people that are trying to actually get ahead? Voter suppression going on in Pennsylvania, Quakertown, Pennsylvania. I talked about it. Here's the cut.
Question. I have to bring someone here about 4 o'clock to vote. Are they going to
ask you to talk to this?
Are they going to turn everyone down?
I'm going to ask you to talk to this gentleman because the voting is closed right now.
It's closed.
I just want you to talk to this gentleman.
We have the right to vote until 4.
And by the way, there are people waiting in line. That's a good sign. But there is a line of people, and listen to what the police officer tells her.
4:30.
I got you.
Why is it closed?
Let me explain it to you.
Please.
Okay. This process is very slow and grueling.
That doesn't matter if we're online.
Very slow and grueling.
Doesn't matter if we're online by 4:30. We have the right to vote.
Why it had to close was because a high volume of people wanted to do this, slow and grueling.
Well, then they have to wait till everyone's.
They had to cut the line at 1:45.
They cut the line at 1:45.
1:45.
You hear that, everyone? They cut the line at 1:45. This is voter fraud, by the way.
No, it's
not. Yes, it is. Voter protection. I heard about that on X. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Contact
voter protection. Let's see what
contact the county commissioners to complain.
This is, and so you don't think this is voter fraud?
So here's a great idea.
It's voter suppression.
It's voter suppression. There's 5 people outside, poll workers outside. Instead of being outside, get your ass back inside and work the polls.
It is everyone's right to vote.
That's right.
And here's a great example of why it's so important to go vote early. What happens if they do that on election day?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing this morning.
By the-
you know what puzzles me is what is so grueling about it? What are they? How are they
And
voting?
where do the police have any jurisdiction?
Correct.
None. And you know the bigger,
seriously, I mean, there's no crime going on.
I'm with you. The bigger problem is who's making this decision.
Right.
Good question.
That Democrat election worker.
By the way, this guy does a radio show. His name is Reese White. He's African American. Does a conservative radio show. Listen to what he had to say about the voting machines. I mean, you know, I don't want to get into voter integrity, but I think it's important that we dive in. Listen to what he said.
Did Donald Trump lose Minnesota in 2020?
It would appear so. Yeah, it would appear so. But I can't be sure. And I don't think that that's dangerous to say. Again, I go back to the question, why is it okay that Amy and Kamala both have been open and public in questioning the security of the look? Your average voter machine, and this is the gap that the mainstream media has covered up. Your average voter machine has a chain of custody that doesn't even equal up to your average slot machine at a local casino. Ooh. The reason is because the technology inside the voting machines are considered proprietary technology. And many people believe that you would need to see that technology or be able to forensic audit that technology to find out if there was widespread corruption. And I'm not saying that to undermine the integrity of elections in general, but this is something Americans should be concerned about, which I agree with Amy and Kamala from back in 2018. I don't know why the switch was so stark once they assumed control, and now all of a sudden the election is back on us to take.
Amen. Amen. Yep. Amen. Crazy. Parents arrested, severe injury to a 2-year-old child in Midland. So they have arrested both of the parents. 2-year-old injured, and the father and stepmother are accused of neglecting that 2-year-old who suffered severe injuries and malnutrition. So both of these human beings have been arrested. They arrested Ernesto Mendoza and Enrique Hinojosa, charged with injury to a child and serious injury to a child and malnourishment of a child. By the way, that child has been, of course, removed from the home of those two individuals. It's election year. You know it is, because Marty Heinrich is giving away $800,000 heading to rural energy in New Mexico.
It is not.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out something here. Does anybody else find it ironic when a person with the name of Heinrich talks about someone else being a Nazi?
Yeah. 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 All right, 6:45. We got to take a break. Let's get to the price of oil first, though. Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of CUD Energy Services. Check them out today. You can just go to spinnakeroil.com. They're in the area. They're also all across the patch, Oklahoma and Texas. They've got 200 experienced professionals ready to help you with cementing solutions in the oil patch. Find them on Magnum Industrial Road in Hobbs or spinnakeroil.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $68.03, $71.95 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $2.86.
All right, Blake, we'll dive into the election when we come back. We'll also talk about a judge request to recuse himself over the Trump assassination attempt. 4 children found abandoned and floating on a raft in Texas on the border. Teen found guilty of murder in Albuquerque. And Joe Rogan says, Harris, sit down. Why was it scrapped? And why was J.D. Vance coming in? We'll talk about those stories and more on the way. I got to get to the thought for the day before we take a break. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Find them today. They've got close to 40 years of experience, dependable. Boom or bust, they are there for you. Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, they deliver in the patch. Check them out. Gas, diesel, DEF value. They go on-road, off-road. Wakefield Oil, thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield.
If you see me jogging, please kill whatever is chasing me.
I should have given that to Tom. I really should have given that to Tom. Morning show being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. 575-622-1751. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Ultralights, toy haulers, and the big fifth wheels. If you are looking for a fifth wheel, you're working out in the patch, getting paid that per diem, living in a hotel, this is a perfect opportunity to get a fifth wheel today. Go to the website, take the virtual tour, MainTrailerSalesInc.com.
And Monica, you sound like you have allergies.
We all have allergies in this room.
Are you okay?
You know, I don't know. I woke up a little this morning.
I took a allergy pill last night.
Well, Tom brought us all a cold, so we all have that to a certain extent.
Sure he did.
Who was out sick with a cold?
And that was because I didn't want to give you guys no cold.
Yeah, but you were here the day you were really contagious.
That was allergy, brother.
You went to the doctor and they said it was a cold.
Yes.
I look like allergies.
Yeah, mine's allergies.
Leroy says
we have both going on.
Sure. Leroy says, why do you call every black person an African American when they're not? My ancestors came from Germany and Ireland. I'm not a German American or Ireland American. I'm an American. And so are they. I'm pretty sure you call your wife an American.
Well, she's not quite there yet.
Filipino.
She's a legal alien. And if you make her mad, yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
And good morning, guys. Has Kamala ever answered a question that has been asked of her? Ask the text.
No.
Nope.
Joining in on that, racist liberal says Kamala has this election won already. She doesn't need to be on Joe's show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so is racist liberal saying that fix is in, that they've already fixed it so that the Nazi Kamala Harris wins?
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's rigged? Is that what he's saying?
It could be. All right, 6:49. We're coming back. We've got from Levi Stadium, the MAGA hat. You can't come in.
Yeah.
These people are Hispanic, too.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're Hispanic, and they were denied entry. I'll play that. Also, Trump talks about retribution. coming from gangs. If you murder somebody in America and you're part of the cartel, we're going after the cartel.
Good. It's the only way you can deal with it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the only way you can deal with that. So we'll also, Trump talks about Puerto Rico. And actually, Trump has come out and said, I don't even know this comedian. I don't even know him.
Right.
But
they just hired him.
Sure.
It's a comedian.
Yeah, I would.
And we'll talk to a comedian later.
Yeah, I would say that you need to make sure you vet people before it actually happens.
I think you're right.
Yeah. All right, Chad, we'll get you updated with everything going on with news. Morning Show being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry, cleaning, dry cleaning, pressing, starching. They've got the machines ready for you if you want to do all of that yourself. But, hey, if you want them to wash, dry, and fold your clothes, not a problem. They can do all of that. 609 West Lee in Carlsbad, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, 406 West Cedar in Loving. Check them out today. 10 minutes away from 7, KWMW Malchamore, 105.1 FM. We're coming right back. We're being the Breakfast Club.
Nomad and Hobbs and Tatum presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call now. Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. On Monday night, New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham asked President Joe Biden to declare a major disaster over this month's flooding in Roswell and surrounding Chavez County, which could unlock money to aid in recovery. She called the October 18th storm that killed 2 people, wrecked buildings, and washed away cars unprecedented. If the request is approved, the declaration would unlock money for governments and individuals from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Small Business Administration. The National Weather Service said the storm dumped almost 6 inches of rain, a record for a single weather event in Roswell. And Lee County commissioners approved a total of about $2 million for the 2025 Lee County Fair and Rodeo, which included about $424,000 in contracts and a $1.5 million budget for entertainment artist fees and about $114,000 for the advertising budget. The 2024 budget for entertainment was set at $1.7 million, but only $1.5 million was actually spent. Lee County Fairgrounds Director Wyatt Duncan said since about $1.5 million was spent on the 2024 entertainment fees, it was decided by the board to keep the 2025 budget in that amount. And Artesia General Hospital has welcomed a new podiatrist to the staff. Dr. Amara Abid specializes in foot and ankle care, and her expertise ranges from everyday ailments like bunions and plantar fasciitis to more complex issues such as limb salvage and diabetic wound care. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology at the University of Toronto and later pursued additional degrees at City University of New York College of Staten Island, where she graduated summa cum laude with a Master in Science and Biology. She went on to complete her Doctor of Pediatric Medicine at the New York College of Pediatric Medicine. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Hey, Danny Kelly here at the big store, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. You know, I keep hearing people talk about how they believe they can get a better deal in Texas. Well, let me make it clear to everyone. You can't. No Texas dealer will ever beat Permian. Our prices are the lowest guaranteed. I'll beat any Texas deal on any new vehicle, or I'll go get it for you for free. On top of that, I'm also going to throw in a free lifetime powertrain warranty for anybody that buys and services with us. And you could take that Permian promise to the bank. So before you go driving, spending time, money, and valuable resources to chase a fairy tale, remember, shop local and save big. The only thing bigger in Texas are the prices. So if you need a great deal on a newer pre-owned vehicle and you want to make it fast, fun, and easy, just come down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
I'm Danny Kelly, and I approve this message.
Medications taking away key nutrients from your body? Struggling with weight loss? Pharmacy 575 offers all your prescription needs and more. From their My Daily Medication program with pre-dosed packages to weight loss plan with in-body scanner or their medication and wellness consultations, let Pharmacy 575 help. With walk-in vaccines and local delivery, they do it all. Go see Pharmacy 575 at 305 East Sanger Suite 600 or call 575-263-2908. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Pharmacy 575. Your health, their priority.
Looking for a new adventure? Need to heat up your career?
Lovington Fire Department is looking for you. Now hiring certified firefighters for $25.26 per hour and non-certified for $19.19 per hour, and EMT specialists for $28.78 per hour. This opportunity comes with a 48 on, 96 off work schedule, possible overtime, health, vision, and dental. Lovington Fire Department provides a competitive environment for advancement and growth, from classes and certifications to promotions. Pick up an application at Fire Station 1, located at 213 South Love Street in Lovington, or apply at lovingtonfire.com.
This Eunice Cardinals Sports Update is being brought to you by Guns Up Services. Go Cardinals.
Guns Up Services LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years, would like to wish the Cardinals another great season and also encourage everybody to show up in support of all Eunice Cardinal sports. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes. They have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. That's Guns Up Services, LLC, helping to keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice, or call at 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals!
Blake Ovard, MTD Radio. We're talking to Eunice head coach Greg Jackson. Coach, it was a big win over rival Jow. This week, you have Loving coming up, still in the hunt for the district playoff. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, anytime you can beat Jow, it doesn't matter if it's checkers or football or anything, it's a big win. So to get on the right side and play a complete game and be solid in all three phases was exactly what we were wanting to see out of that situation, setting us up for a big senior night at home versus Loving. All things being equal, when we play our best ball and we're consistent, we're as good as anybody. So we want to put ourselves in the best position possible to be rolling heading into the playoffs where it's win or go home. And we're looking forward to everything that comes with that. These kids are going to be highly excited. It's crazy that it's already this group of seniors' last guaranteed home game under the lights at Cardinal Stadium. But we're sure excited for everything we have in front of us.
This Eunice Cardinals Sports Update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice. Proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals.
About time. It is about time. Yeah.
You ready to rock? Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Hi, I'm Alexa. This is my favorite morning show. But these guys talk funny.
The new and improved Be in the Breakfast Club. Now including Monica and Blake.
It's like I've got the winning ticket in my pocket.
Listening to anything else is like guessing your sister. Ew.
You sick bastard. Look at this. This is a wake-up call, all right? Fine, I got it. Done.
Tom, you ever kiss your sister? I mean, I've kissed my sister, like on the cheek.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I was asking if you ever kissed your sister. You're not from Arkansas, right?
Or Democrat.
3 minutes. 3 minutes away from 7 o'clock, 3 away from 7. Still to come, things that happen on this date in history, taking out the trash. And we got a whole bunch more. New survey finds the majority of Americans aren't confident about the safety and reliability of cryptocurrency, which means that although some people bought into cryptocurrency, other people do not trust cryptocurrency.
Absolutely not.
Look, I have some, but I'm always skeptical of any electronic payment only thing, because they can turn it off if they want to.
It took me a long time to start using just Cash App, like a really long time.
I've got some crypto, and I can't get to it because I changed my phone number.
Right.
In fact, that reminds me today.
You need to check on it.
I need to try because I've got about $1,000 that's in crypto, and I can't get to it.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to. I need my money.
Yes.
I need to get my money, but a lot of people are not trusting cryptocurrency. Previous polls, by the way, show that millennials are probably the most active demographic using cryptocurrency.
Sure, I believe that.
Yeah, and I mean, they have lots of expendable income because, a lot of them are living in the basement of their family's home.
Sure.
And a new study led by the University of California, San Francisco, better known as UCSF, poor sleep habits linked to faster brain aging. Ooh. So if you cannot sleep, maybe your brain is... You okay over there?
Fine.
Oh, okay. I'm just double checking. So, by the way, Joe Biden never slept. Joe Biden never slept.
Interesting.
Never slept. So, yeah. Jon Stewart extending his time to host the Daily Show through December 2025. How much money does he get paid on that show? I bet
pretty
too much. Well, apparently ratings really dropped when he kind of went off the show.
Okay.
And now that he came back, the ratings have come up a little bit.
So I bet it's...
$1 million a year, maybe.
No. Nobody's waking up in Hollywood for $1 million. It's probably $9 million-ish. I mean, look, like the folks on Fox and Friends. How much money do you think Brian Kilmeade makes? Who do you think his network is? I mean, Brett Baer.
I bet Brett Baer, is a couple million a year.
Oh, yeah.
How much money do you think Brian Kilmeade?
I bet you makes, what, $2 million?
Let's look it up. Let's find it.
I mean, Brian Kilmeade, I bet between his radio show and his TV show, Fox and Friends, and he does other. He's like he's like the go-to guy. Go do this, go do that.
$30 million.
30 million.
$7 million salary annually from Fox News.
Yeah, Fox
so
News.
Those are the only kinds of news people that make money.
Sure.
Yeah. So $30 million. Brett Baer.
All the rest of us make less than teachers.
Yeah.
Is it Brett Baer? Who's the guy that hosted?
Yeah, that was him.
Did that interview Kamala?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the house that he lived in? He lives in? I mean, that dude's making probably $10 million easy a year. Easy. George Clooney will make his Broadway debut. I wonder if Joe Biden will be there. Not going to be there? And don't call for Alice Cooper to retire anytime soon. He announced more concert dates. He's not going to retire, he said, until he can't perform. Does that mean he's out of money or he just loves doing what he's doing?
He loves doing what he's doing. Well, because he's a radio DJ. They play it on some of the satellite stuff, and he's still touring. Hello, Dolly. Who let
Dolly
her in?
sees somebody.
She in or out?
I put her. She came in when I went out. Dolly.
She's definitely a man's dog.
Yeah.
She growled at me the other day.
Yeah. Tom, you can't get up and go escort her outside?
Tom, I can't.
And he can't get past you? You're like a refrigerator. You really are. You're like a refrigerator. Nobody can get past you. Loving man indicted on multiple counts of indecency and aggravated sexual assault with a child. So the Lubbock Sheriff's Office investigators say that new information came out last month. 2020 case. 41-year-old Herman Sanchez has been arrested on 3 counts of sex abuse.
How old?
Yeah, and by the way, had a previous case dating back to 2005 that was dropped.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Judge declined the request to recuse from the Trump assassination attempt suspect case. The judge is like, no, thank you, I'm not. And 4 migrant children found abandoned on a raft and floating on the river on the border of the floating on the raft in the Rio Grande by themselves. Callous cartel connected with human smuggling abandoned these migrant children. I have to ask this question. Who allows their kids to, puts them in the hands of the cartel?
Absolutely.
What kind of parent would do that? Because I'm just saying, I wouldn't let my kids out of my sight.
Right.
So it does not give the age of the kids, but they're saying so far this year, 100,000 unaccompanied migrant children have come across the border. 100,000 kids.
Train wreck.
So sad.
And you know what? I think we could fix this, and I think just a common sense approach. Reunite these kids with their family members.
Yep.
Back in their country of origin. And that way we take out the incentive that they get to stay and all the family members get to come. Just send them back home and reunite them with their family. It is not our job to be CYFD for the entire world.
Sure.
That's what we're doing. We're kidnapping these kids because what we should do is reunite them back with their family. Teen pled guilty of murder in 2022. One of the teens involved in that deadly shooting at a house party in Albuquerque pled guilty Monday to first-degree murder. Cruz Medina pled guilty to multiple charges in the death of Jade Gonzalez. He was one of 4 people. And Joe Rogan will not sit down with Kamala Harris. That has been scrapped after, she wanted him to come to her. And I'm only going to do 1 hour. And, we're going to have the questions in advance.
What she was saying was, look, you have to do what I say.
Sure.
I have to be in control. You don't get to do your own show the way you want to do it and what's made it successful.
Yeah. Right. So Vance instead's going to sit down. Joe Rogan's going to sit down with J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance is, I'll go to you. I'll go to Austin. So he's going to sit down with Joe Rogan on Friday, and that will play over the weekend ahead of Tuesday's election.
Right.
So this is a win for J.D. Vance. And I think J.D. Vance will rock.
He'll rock.
I think he will rock.
We got an accident to report right quick.
Sure.
Texas is saying a sand hauler stuck in the middle of the road at 128 and Whip Road. The police are on the scene, but traffic is backed up and it is slow.
All right, we'll go back to the text line in just 1 second. Here's from Levi Stadium. Levi Stadium, where a family, they said you can't come into the game. MAGA hats are not allowed.
Wow.
Ooh.
They said they looked at the website, and it said, "Is Make America Great a political hat? Is a candidate hat?"
The Democrats have made it that way.
So here's some of that from the stadium.
And they don't want to let us in. So you're not letting these folks in. So hold on. You guys are going to kick them out to where Make America Great again. Hold on. Yep. Hold on. We got to see the big over. You guys are going to kick these folks out. Oh, I'm sorry. These folks out. His.
I want to know that the supervisor does not allow it in because it is not on the website. I looked it up because I knew on this hat. Would you guys have stopped me because it is the same thing?
She can't wear it? Yeah, they said we can't wear it.
Now, I got a problem with people saying that people can dress a certain way or what they can wear.
Started in Nazi Germany that way. I'm just saying.
I wore a T-shirt that said I am, what's a non-Biden, non-Bidenary, and it spelled out Biden. And I wore that on the plane. I had people like, woo!
That's fun.
Of course, we had a couple bad looks, but it's good. All right, let's look at the voting numbers in southeast New Mexico and the state of New Mexico. Surprising numbers. Lee County catching up a little bit.
Think that would happen.
Yes and no. Okay. So let's start at the state level. There's been 444,521 people who have voted. Now that's out of 1.3 million registered. It comes out. I did the percentages. 32.65% of people have early voted. All right. Now in the southeast corner, let's go from best to worst, shall we?
Sure.
Eddy County still leading the way. They've had 11,016 people vote.
Rock stars.
Out of that was 7,497 Republicans, 2,496 Democrats. In Eddy County, there's 35,169 registered voters. So they've had so far a 31.32% turnout. Okay, that's Eddy County. Chavez County, out of the 35,165 registered, they've had 10,263 people vote. 6650 Republican, 2435 Democrat. That's 29.18%. Okay. Then in Lee County has the most registered voters at 36,953. But so far, only 8,303 of them have voted, which is only 22.46%. Wow. And that's 6,097 Republican, 1284 Democrat. So more than right at 1,500 behind Eddy County, and about 600 behind Chaves County.
So get out and vote. You have until Saturday to vote at off-site locations, and then it will be shut down until
Tuesday.
Election Day on Tuesday.
But Lee County right now only at 22% turnout.
So let's get her done. I talked about North Carolina. 46% of registered voters have already voted.
So Lee County, why are you lagging behind?
And that's why Kamala Harris has decided she was going to pull the dollars for her campaign as far as her ad campaign. So a little different. All right, our number 877-396-W105. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. They do dry cleaning and more. Check them out today. Tom, we'll get to the text line. Let me check the weather real quick. We'll hear from Donald Trump also talking about that he is going to make that the gangs and the drug cartels pay restitution to the American people.
That's awesome.
So we'll get to that. Morning show being brought to you by Outlast Make a Mirror. Outlast Make a Mirror. ×1, ×5, ×10. Magnification LED lights. Invented by Rebecca Long. She's local, and she's a New Mexican.
Yep.
And she invented this. It is the best makeup mirror in the market, and it's a grooming tool at the same time.
It is.
Guys, you want to look good? You want to make sure that when you shave, that you don't have that patch that is just sticking out. Look at this. I shaved last night, Tom. I didn't miss a spot. At Last Makeup Mirror. And ladies, you got to have one. You really do have to have one. It comes in a case. It weighs less than 4 pounds. If you do a lot of traveling, this is not going to weigh you down. They also have the wall mount version of the Outlast Makeup Mirror. 575-631-3189. Check them out today. 75 and sunny all day today. 43 tonight. A little chilly tonight. 71 tomorrow. And then 47 and clear. I just noticed that the weather actually changed as far as the blowing dust that was expected this afternoon. But still, we're going to have 35-mile-an-hour winds today. So it's not going to be all that great. And rain in the forecast as we head into Friday and Saturday. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at A Custom Construction and Roofing. Roofing and insurance specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Local veteran Dwayne Pennick has been owning and operating A Custom Construction and Roofing for 30 years. They offer free estimates. Call Dwayne Pennick today, 575-318-9725. Dwayne warning you about these out-of-town contractors that come in and they give you a great price. But when they're gone, the warranty is gone. You will be much better off doing business with a local guy that you can trust. 575-318-9725.
All right, Texas is saying, everybody in New Mexico should be pissed off for another candidate not being allowed to come into the state. Shows that we're on the verge of dictatorship, says the texter. So people
he's allowed to come. They're just trying to keep people from coming to the rally.
Well, they're trying to make it as inconvenient as physically possible.
Everyone needs to vote. Get out and vote, says the texter.
Yep.
If Lee County would vote, our state would possibly turn red. I'm not sure why people don't get out to vote.
That's true. And if you added 36,953 red votes, you could change the state.
Sure.
And a lot of people, I know myself included, vote on the day of election. But honestly, I don't know what's better to vote on the day of election or early voting. What do y'all think?
I'm going to vote early voting because I can go back and make sure that I voted.
Yep.
What happens on election day?
If you miss
that, and you get sick, and you can't go vote,
right?
Or you get turned away.
Or you get turned away, or you discover that you voted, but it says you didn't vote. See, the day after the election, I checked. I voted. I know I voted. So I'm encouraging people, flood to the polls. Let's get as many people. And the people, our clerks in Southeast New Mexico, they're not
awesome.
turning people away.
No, they're
not going to turn people away like Pennsylvania.
All of our county clerks in Southeast New Mexico
while we're
are
talking about our poll workers, when Patrick and I went and voted on my birthday, you would have thought we were like walking into a church service or something. They were so welcoming, so friendly.
Nice.
And it was almost like they knew who we were voting
Poll
for.
workers are very nice.
Yeah.
Super sweet. Super
Tom,
kind.
you ever dated a poll worker?
Shout out to you, ladies.
No.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen. It was just women.
Well, I actually had a young guy that actually helped me.
I would love to be a poll worker. I'd probably chit chat with everybody and try to sway them if they're
All you
not
got to
voting.
do is go talk to the county clerk. You can't do that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be good at it. I'd be like, are you sure you want to mark that
Go talk to Keith or Carrie and
Now, when you registered to vote, there was a question: do you want to work as a poll worker?
No, I think it was a poll watcher.
Or poll
watcher.
Yeah.
So,
which is different, and we need people desperately to be poll watchers.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, we do.
And hats off to Nella Dominici. She was at the groundbreaking ceremony in Artesia for the new recreational center. Thank you, Nella, for showing up for us here in New Mexico. Says the
Jake is asking, where can you vote early in Carlsbad? I don't know. Maybe somebody in the text line
log on
can
to the
respond to that.
clerk's office website, and they'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, like Tom said, any county clerk, whatever county you're in, just
go to the Secretary of State's website, and all that information's there.
And then, this one, I want to say you're from Hobbs. Good morning, you guys. Where can we go to vote? So in Hobbs, you can go to the event center.
But again,
the Annex Center.
Go to the county clerk, and they have a list of all the places because those are increasing as we get closer to Saturday.
Yeah, and Saturday's the last day to early vote.
It is.
Yes.
Then you will have to wait till
Gary from the patch is chiming in. So me and my family went to vote yesterday. All 11 of them.
Get her done.
Way to go.
Get her done. All right, taking out trash coming up in just a second. Looks like charges dropped against the New Mexico State Police officer. He's a former officer now, accused of sexual assault. Sexual assault charges against the former New Mexico State Police officer have been dropped last year. This guy was a New Mexico State Police officer. Isaac, this name, Sharom, was arrested after a woman came forward saying he sexually assaulted her when they were both soldiers in the New Mexico National Guard in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
By the way, he was supposed to go on trial this week, but expert witness for the prosecutors deemed that the alleged victim wasn't credible and had a history of making up allegations. How much money does it cost the state when we have cases like this that are thrown out, and then you hire somebody to be a special witness?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Yep. A lot of money. Fire crews attacking that rapid spreading blue front fire near Ruidoso, close to Alto.
About
4 months after
4 miles west.
Yeah, 4 miles west. 4 months after the devastating Salt and South Fork fires, the fire, there are people trying to say that this was a controlled ban. I'm doubting that very seriously.
Well, they are
because
doing those.
It was on the burn scar.
Yeah, it's on the Blue 2 burn scar.
So,
and yeah, part of
200 acres. Is that
270 at last update? So a little over 250.
So And hopefully,
we're waiting for the update this morning.
Hopefully the wind calms down.
I know.
That's the most important thing. 719. Donald Trump talks about gang members, talks about the cartels, and should we make them pay? Yep. Here's what Trump had to say.
So today, I'm announcing that for the first time under my administration, we will be seizing the assets of the criminal gangs and drug cartels. And we will use those assets to create a compensation fund to provide restitution for the victims of migrant crime, and the government will help in the restoration. The government will help in the restitution, but something has to be done, and we're gonna get it done.
You know, we already have a restitution, and I don't know, but I know in Texas, if somebody assaults you, there is a compensation fund. And I'll tell you why I know this. Because my ex-wife, my kid's mother, owes me a lot of money in child support. A lot. Over $50,000.
Good luck.
Never put in jail one day. Still has her driver's license. But all of a sudden one day I got a $5,000 check from child support.
Huh.
Wow.
And it's because she was given $5,000 for in compensation for a domestic abuse. And
because she was on record.
Yeah, because she's on record, they sent me the money.
Wow.
I was like, thank you.
I bet she was pissed.
That's probably the only money I ever get. I went out.
Shouldn't you be getting, like, the restitution? Shouldn't it, like, come out of tax money as well?
Yeah, I've never got.
Like, if she gets a refund, shouldn't that go to you?
I would. Well, I mean, people that don't work. I mean, tax.
Well,
refund.
yeah, but they're filing for whatever 55 children or whatever they're doing.
So what'd you spend it on?
I wouldn't bought me a new car.
I know that's right.
And my kids were like, "Well, that ain't fair. That money is supposed to be." Oh, really? No. I didn't spend all that money on you already. Trump talks about Puerto Rico yesterday, but this Puerto Rican in Pennsylvania said that she's supporting Trump.
I moved here in 1981 from Puerto Rico, and I want you to know that Puerto Rico stands behind you, and Puerto Rico loves you.
And then yesterday, Donald Trump had a senator from Puerto Rico endorse him, which was pretty cool. Union worker also stood up and said that, not all union workers are backing Kamala Harris.
Of course, I can't speak for the unions, but there is a silent majority. Political stuff we really don't care about. Being represented is what matters most to us. Personally, I just don't believe union bosses speak for all union membership.
Right.
I support Donald Trump because he supports keeping manufacturing jobs in-house. Good. It was proven in your first term. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think sometimes people forget that he actually had a first term.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like you can always go back to the first term. I went back yesterday and found the MSNBC talking about the Madison Square Garden, the rally. Here's the whole thing.
That jamboree happening right now, you see it there on your screen, in that place is particularly chilling because in 1939, more than 20,000 supporters of a different fascist leader, Adolf Hitler, packed the garden for a so-called pro-America rally. A rally where speakers voiced anti-Semitic rhetoric from a stage draped with Nazi banners.
Why would they? And first of all, it wasn't a jamboree at Madison Square Garden. Well, it was a political rally.
And let's be clear. Barack Obama had a political rally at Madison Square Garden.
Didn't say anything.
Hillary Clinton
didn't say anything.
Had Bill Clinton did it.
Yeah.
I mean, why now?
Narrative.
Well, before we move on from voting, Patrick brought up something really, really, really good. He said, "Why is Lee County not showing up to vote after the way the Democrats shut us down during COVID? Lee County has to do better than this." And I agree.
All of New Mexico.
Complacency.
just lack of.
Why are we so far behind? If you just look at the percentages, why are other counties over 30% voter turnout already, and Lee County barely getting over 20%?
And Randy Pettigrew will be on with us tomorrow. And I mean, look, the excuses are gone.
Yeah.
Right.
The excuses are gone. We said, well, they don't have multiple voting places. Now they do.
Now they do.
And the numbers haven't come up. So, looks like AI could be used to track methane gas.
And don't you know that the environmental wacko Democrats that lead this state, they are proud to fine oil and gas companies.
You know the problem with AI? It gives you what you input.
The problem with AI is now it's a lot smarter than most of the people who are trying to use it.
So, startup in New Mexico is employing. How can you employ artificial intelligence?
Well, they not employ as in having a job.
I know. They're going to use open source data to address the climate change. And Blake had a headline from where was that site this morning? They tried to
Source,
make
New Mexico.
Yeah, Source New Mexico tried to make it out to be that the problem with the flooding.
Let me go grab it.
In Roswell, they connected the poles.
Here's the headline. Deadly Roswell flood knocked out a polling site in reminder of climate change's threats to voting.
Climate change. Climate change is the issue. Joaquin Jeffries could be your next House Speaker. Who is his uncle, Tom?
That old boy.
Theo Juan.
That old boy.
George Jefferson. That was a joke.
Louis Farrakhan.
There you go.
Is his uncle. So they're saying the Democrats are going to take the House. So if the Democrats take the House, Trump is not going to get a whole bunch passed.
No.
But he could take a book out of Joe Biden's binder and executive order the hell out of changes.
I know how that New Mexicans can help with that, especially in southeast New Mexico.
Yvette Harrell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yvette Harrell. Elect
Yvette
her.
Harrell. That takes away one Democrat.
That's right.
And puts one Republican in there.
Yeah.
You have the choice in New Mexico. And there are three. Obviously, they're all up for election.
Yeah.
So whatever district you're in, elect the Republican.
Yeah. Taking out trash coming up next. Did you guys do the story and it was just like a one-liner that I had printed off about the martial law DOJ directive?
No.
So, in case you haven't heard about this, I heard about it Saturday of last week.
Is it the use of lethal force?
Yes.
Yeah, we did do that.
So here's Joe Rogan yesterday talking about the DOJ directive 5240.01. By the way, if you look this up, every Google, Yahoo, every one of them is going to say that it's not true.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. So here's Joe Rogan discussing, and I got to be careful when I play Joe Rogan because he is a cusser.
Uh-oh.
So I think I fixed it, though.
This thing that the Biden administration pushed through, this new martial law thing.
Yeah.
This is very disturbing. Jamie, please Google this so we can find out what the actual law states. But it's DOD Directive 5240.01, giving the Pentagon power for the first time in history to use lethal force to kill Americans on U.S. soil who protest government policies.
Oh, what is our government thinking's going to happen? All right, what are they trying to get ahead of here? There.
Wow.
You find it, Blake?
Yes. It'll pop up the whole DOD manual 5240.01. And it does all the intelligence and everything. And it's a whole section. I mean, there's a table of contents for it.
Yeah.
It has multiple sections. It is 56 pages long.
Yeah. So they're now acting like it
deals with physical searches.
Yeah.
It deals with physical surveillance.
Wow.
It talks about electronic surveillance. It talks about dissemination of USPI. It talks about collection of all that. It talks about the scope and the interpretations and their exceptions to policy, which is where that comes in.
So I was going to look at Google 5240.01. So if you look it up on Google,
what comes up?
Yeah,
I got a lot of them here on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, but if you look it up on Google, 5240.01, 5240.01, DOJ.
Yep, DOD.
DOD.
Department of Defense.
Because I did this yesterday, and we got stuff coming up. Yeah, on mine, on
funny how they backtrack.
I looked on Apple on Safari, and it said it was a bunch of stuff that it was in existence and blah blah blah.
It's funny how these big tech companies quietly backtrack when things like that get pointed out. They're just like, oh, we'll take that block off.
Sure. Wow.
So this is the first time in the history of America that you have the Department of Justice that could actually attack citizens
on American soil.
On American soil.
And use lethal force.
Oh. Isn't that kind of interesting?
Well, it's kind of funny that you say that, because one of the things after this came out from the group that is accusing the other side of wanting to do it, let's point out for sure, but Democrats are now saying that they will not have a peaceful transfer of power. And I had that up a minute ago.
I think they know that they're about to get their butts handed to them.
They are calling out that there is going to be violence if Donald Trump is elected. Tom,
you with us?
Yes.
I just watched you for 30 seconds.
I was reading
No, you were not. How can you read with your eyes closed?
I was preparing my text.
How can you read with your eyes closed? You will be the first human being to read with your eyes closed. Blake, was he sleeping?
I looked over there. His head was down. I was
reading my text.
Oh, no, you weren't.
Okay, read one.
Go ahead.
All right, go. Anybody that was watching on camera, tell me.
So you have to have been pre-reading. So go ahead and read the ones you were pre-reading.
Go ahead.
All right. John is chiming in. He said the recent update to the Department of Defense directive is S2.
Yeah, it sounds like you were pre-reading.
Which governs the military, says the text.
No, it also got, because of the way that was handed down, it also gave permission to law enforcement, to local police, to use lethal force on U.S. citizens. For where they want to do
Let me finish that for him. The recent update to the DoD Directive 5240.01, which governs military intelligence support to civilian law enforcement, was enacted under the Biden administration. It went into effect on September 27th, 2024. While the directive itself was issued by the DoD, the administration oversees and approves such policy updates.
Right.
Don't just remember January 6th. Do something about it, Germ went on to say.
Well, you remember January 6th because it wasn't what they said it was.
Correct. Tom, you want to read the more simple one-liner ones?
Well, I also researched this text saying we're in the county to vote, and small towns like Tatum, Eunice, and Jow only have 1 or 2 days to vote in their town. That hasn't even happened yet, says the text. So that... Is that right?
You can early vote by absentee. You can, with an absentee ballot, you can you can go to any county. You can go to wherever they have early voting. So you're not limited to only voting in your town.
Look, every county has a little bit. What about Hagerman? They have early voting already?
I don't think so.
What about Dexter?
I'm going to check our clerk.
I mean, Caprock has voting, but they don't have early voting.
Right.
But that's because there's how many people live there?
Well, as long as people get out and vote, I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as they get out and vote.
Santiago
Monica?
says Eunice has been open all last week to vote.
Oh, there you go.
News.
That's what I thought. I thought last week Eunice and all the smaller towns open.
And have y'all heard Democrats doing military drills around the Capitol now?
No. Doesn't surprise. Oh, here's that story. This is the headline. Report. Brace for unrest if Donald Trump wins, Democrats warn. That's your headline. And it says there's going to be unrest, and they say, I think there'll be some violence. I think there'll be workplace fights. There'll be fights at kids' birthday parties. I think there'll be protests that will turn violent.
If Donald Trump wins. So they're saying that the liberals are violent.
Yes, and they will not accept the election results. The same people who have been saying, who are trying to hammer people, are you going to accept the election? Are you going to accept the election?
I think that there there might be some violence, but it won't be at the hands even of the just normal Democrats.
No.
It'll be all inside. It'll be all planned out. But I think
it will come from the leadership.
It will. It'll absolutely come from the leadership. Somebody that's already, or something that's already been planned out.
So if Donald Trump wins, people at kids' birthday parties, I want you to think about this. So they're going to decide to use somebody as a piñata instead of the instead of a piñata. Yeah, instead of the piñata. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Right.
I don't see families beating up families. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. Looks like another hazing incident, Santa Fe High School. KRQE Channel 13 has learned more information about the hazing incident at Santa Fe High School. Police have 3 suspects on the football team that were accused of simple assault and hazing back in October of last year. October of this year. Reports said that police were informed after someone made an anonymous call to a crisis hotline. And looks like the coach, Andrew Martinez, says that the locker room is usually locked due to the recent break-ins, and several students had keys. The school placed Martinez on leave pending an investigation. So the coach has been put on leave pending that investigation. I don't know about you. When I was a freshman, I had seniors that would haze us. They would, put atomic bomb in our jocks. They would turn on all the hot water in the shower and make you run through the scalding hot water. I never went home and told my parents. I never did.
Why? Were you scared of them, or was it just not a thing to tell?
Some go too far.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that I would have my turn.
Oh, okay.
To be the hazer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
it's a coming of age. Men,
you have to learn to deal with things.
Are different.
And
that's why we have weak kids today.
Yeah.
You could be very, very right. You always hear about the bullies, of course, nowadays, but I remember asking
there's a
my
difference
ex, who
between
was
hazing and bullying.
older.
Yeah.
And he says he remembers riding the bus, and the older boys that would sit behind him on the bus, would literally, like the younger guys, they would
bullying.
Right. They would slap their heads around on the bus or whatever. He goes, and I just remember I finally got tired of it. He said, we got off the bus and I just socked one of them.
Yeah.
He was and he never did it to me again.
No. And there's a difference. What Kevin's talking about, that's hazing.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is bullying. And there's a vast difference.
And, bullying, the schools in most cases, do nothing about the bullier. And, my granddaughter had a kid that was bullying her. And her daddy, rightfully so, said, if he touches you,
boom,
punch to the throat.
Yep.
And
well, and I would say that it's almost gone the other way. Sometimes if you are being bullied as a child, they don't stick up for themselves because the school policy is to punish both.
Yeah. Instead of just punishing
the bully.
Yeah. All right, taking out trash this morning being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. They can take care of all your waste hauling. If you have a residential home and you need somebody to pick up your garbage, not a problem. They can take care of that. They have the 96-gallon poly carts. Also a business, they have 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters, plus the big roll-off containers if you need them to haul off your waste. They call Kayleen this morning, 575-408-1719. Locally owned and operated, veteran-owned, trash-eaters.com. Call Kayleen today. In Chicago, a man was triggered. Oh, my goodness. And he smashed the windows at Trump Towers because seeing the former president made him do it. 21-year-old Chicago man told police whenever he sees former President Donald Trump, it causes him to be violent. Suspect Andrew Brearley is accused of breaking windows at the Trump Tower, the International Tower, Hotel and Tower, during a mental health episode as he suffered. By the way, it caused about $145,000 in damages.
Wow.
This happened on October 16th. He threw rocks, breaking 6 of the big, tall windows.
They're expensive.
$145,000 in damages. By the way, he's been charged with 2 counts of criminal damage. SWAT team actually reported that they went to his apartment where a armed woman allegedly claimed that she was going to protect her husband. Her husband was the guy that threw the rocks. Wow. He was a little triggered.
Typical Democrat. They're calling for more of this when Trump wins.
And the mental health episode.
Well, liberalism is a mental disorder.
Mental health episode. Unbelievable. Crazy. All right, we'll talk about Donald Trump and what he had to say about the Puerto Rico joke. We'll get to that in a second. Also, things that happened on this date in history. Special guest coming up, about 8 o'clock?
I think so.
But 8 o'clock, we'll call him.
Yep.
Alex Raymundo will be on with us. He's going to be at the end of the Mountain Gods. We'll talk to him. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV, 3 RV parks in Carlsbad. One great place for you to lay your head. If you're tired of going back to your RV and there's parties going on and that type of stuff, you're looking for a quiet place, this is the place. And they offer 30 and 50 amps. They offer all your utilities for one low price, and that includes high-speed internet right to your hookup. 988-0392 or go to the website www.rvtimestory.com.
Linda in Carlsbad is chiming in. My friend's son was put on home study because he fought a bully back after months of parents complaining. Now, they also sent him to anger management and therapy, says Linda this morning.
See, wow. Why do you punish the kid that's been being bullied?
Yep.
Sure.
Agree.
Dazed and confused, hazing actually happened, and parents would watch.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Another texter says just society is just way too soft now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. 10 years ago, I was the only Republican in our family. Today, 2/3 of my family are Republicans. I am still working on the other third, but each they are not very bright.
By the way, the Republican Party is different than it was 10, 15, 20
Correct.
years ago.
Very different.
Come on, bring it on, Democrat, says this one texter.
Germ said, yes, Hagerman has early voting. I voted yesterday. Tuesdays and Thursdays you can vote early.
There you go. Thank you, Germ. Appreciate you, buddy. Trump denies knowing the comedian who made the... is it really a crude joke? I mean...
No. Didn't we have a thing where someone from Puerto Rico thought it was funny because they have a big trash problem?
Look. They were offloading their trash on barges.
Right.
True story. You remember that? They were sending their trash to the mainland to be disposed of.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
People make Louisiana Cajun jokes all the time.
Yep.
I laugh at them because most of the time they're spot on.
Well, because humor is humorous.
Yes. So Donald Trump said, I don't know the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who he is. And he said, when the hurricane hit, who was there for you?
Yep.
It was Donald Trump. City officials, we talked about the squabble over parking. If you're going to the rally, just another reminder, they are going to be busing people in. So you're going to have to go to the, I think it's Santa Ana Star Center, where you'll be picked up and then bused to the event.
Oh, wow.
Because parking will not be available at that location. And 12 individuals arrested in Lubbock for cocaine. 17-count indictment came down and a long list. I love that they give the AKAs. Roderick Dante, a.k.a. Dirty. Anthony DeLeon, a.k.a. AV. By the way, these were the biggest coke dealers in Lubbock, and they have all been charged.
Wow.
So, looks like a fine one of this guy. He looks like he's like in his 80s.
Some of them look like they are what they are, and some of them are like, "What are you doing?
I mean, look at this.
Sit down already.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, him. That's who.
Come
I'm
on,
to.
Tata. You can do better.
You mean that Dirty and Ace and AV and Ike all got?
Yeah. Come on, Tata. You can do much better. I mean, I understand Social Security is not that much, but you can do better.
Ay.
Unbelievable. All right, things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by our buddies at Two-Way Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range. Proud to introduce the Kings of Camo line of clothing. They've got the complete line. Plus, they've got the grunt style apparel and more. Still looking for Trump apparel. They do have some of that available. 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, the largest selection of guns around. Looking for financing, they can financing. They can do financing. If you're looking for a place to go shoot, they've got the indoor firing range, plus the Milo FBI training simulator. Over 1,000 different scenarios. Looking for a fun event. This is just so fun to go do. And you could pay by the hour or you could pay by the month with a monthly membership. They have optics. They have guns. Talk to them about financing. They also offer firearm safety training, one-on-one or group setting. And they remind you they're getting your suppressors approved at a very fast rate. And you can shoot with your suppressor at the range before you get approval. 236 East Navajo and Hobbs. You can also find them on the web at twowaytacticalrange.com for more information.
On this date in 1864, Montana came up with the name for its capital, Helena. In 1894, Daniel M. Cooper patented the time clock. And ever since, wage slaves everywhere have been forced to punch time cards and start their work days for the man. All right, 1925. John Baird created the first crude light and shade TV images. And probably things that most people remember or think they remember, even if they're not old enough. In 1938, Orson Welles created a nationwide panic with his radio show claiming that aliens had invaded. Turns out that most of the people that thought that was true was actually in New Jersey where it was going on. Other people kind of laughed at it. In 1945, the U.S. government ended national shoe rationing. That was after the war.
By the way, my wife was very happy.
On this day in 1970, Jim Morrison was sentenced to 6 months in jail and fined $500 for exposing himself to a Miami crowd. Or as they call that today in Miami, Monday. He died actually before all that came to, before the punishment came down, yeah. And in 1974, Rumble in the Jungle. Muhammad Ali knocked out George Foreman in the 8th round of a 15-round bout.
Tom, where was that?
I'm going to say...
Just the country.
Zaire.
Yes.
Sasha Zaire, by the way.
Kinshasa.
Yeah. I was in the neighborhood.
You didn't even make a guess until I guessed it.
And in 2012, Disney purchased George Lucas production company Lucasfilm, which effectively killed the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchise.
What's the price tag on that?
It was like $4 billion.
$4 billion.
And today is National Wicked Day, World Audio Drama Day, obviously because of Orson Welles, National Publicist Day, Speak Up for Service Day, and National Candy Corn Day. It's Halloween Eve. So do you open your graves Halloween Eve or Halloween morning?
I pass on it.
All right. So Ashley Graham turns 37 today.
Never heard of her.
She's probably the only supermodel who actually has cake on her birthday. She was in the 2018.
Oh, yeah, she's the thick model, huh?
Yeah, she was in 2018 Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now you know.
Oh, yeah, she got some meat on her bones.
Ivanka Trump turns 43 today.
Okay.
Matthew Morrison from Glee turns 46 today. Of course, he went on to become better known as that guy who used to be on Glee. Gavin Rosedale turns 59 today. Anyone?
Heard of her.
He's part of a band.
Bush,
yeah.
He was also Gwen Stefani's ex.
Yes. Her kids look like him.
Kevin Pollak is 67 today. Now, you're not going to know the name, but he's probably one of the under-the-radar actors that you would recognize in a heartbeat. He was A Few Good Men, Grumpy Old Men, The Usual Suspects, The Whole Nine Yards, The Wedding Planner, so on.
She's not into you.
T. Graham Brown is 70 today.
Tom's got to mention these chick flicks. What the hell?
I have no idea what he's talking about. T. Graham Brown is 70. What's his big hit, Tom?
T. Graham Brown.
We play it.
Step by Step.
Darlene.
Darlene.
Harry Hamlin is 73 today.
Really?
Yeah. Henry Winkler, also known as
Fonz,
turned 79 today.
Wow.
Now he's gone from A to eh. There was a time when he was cool. Now he sits around in his sweater. Otis Williams is 83. He was the last surviving member of the Temptations. Tom, a Temptations song. Oh, come on.
Ain't no mountain high.
No, that wasn't him.
My Girl, Just My Imagination. Papa Was Rolling Stone. Yeah. And finally, Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane and Jefferson Starship turns 85 today. So I guess that averages out to 42 and a half years for each of the groups.
She was quite weird back in the day.
Yeah, she doesn't do White Rabbit anymore. She does Gray Rabbit.
Yeah.
And if today is your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, on the way, we're going to talk about election interference. Google buries the Joe Rogan Trump interview. If you've had a hard time finding it, I have an entire 3 hours and almost 10 minutes. Puerto Rico senator endorses Donald Trump. Brewster County, Texas. Man charged with a terroristic threat. You cannot threaten people. And another meatpacking plant is being shut down. How could this affect us? Oh, wait. Could they be recalling another 11 million pounds of meat? And law enforcement arrests 4 suspects, seized a lot of fentanyl. I'll tell you how much fentanyl. And Nick Bosa is in trouble for the MAGA hat. I'll talk about the MAGA hat. And Kamala got a bill from Oklahoma school chief, superintendent of schools. We'll tell you about those and more. Text line before we take a break. Alex Raymundo on the other side of the break.
All right, so we do get Trump obsessed hater once in the morning. Now, here's this text. Your sense of humor is garbage. He said this morning. Yeah.
Funny. Trump-obsessed hater.
Huh.
And for early voting in Carlsbad, go to South Canyon Street across from UPS pump.
And who in the
I guess Trump-obsessed hater was just doubling down on the Biden call it Americans garbage thing.
Yeah.
And who in the heck would want to get their asses whooped over Kamala Harris?
I just said it.
Why did you spell it after you said it?
Did I say ASS?
He thinks he's in a spelling
No,
bee?
you said them both. You said the name. You said the word ass,
and
then you spelled it.
Oh.
Well, I can't say it, but I'll say it.
Well, it's before 8 o'clock, guys. Hello.
By the way, if you look up the word contrary, contrary, Tom's picture will be in the dictionary.
You must be just riled up by a Trump-obsessed hater.
That's so funny. Clint says, Artesia has early voting, and this other person is responding to when they voted in Hagerman. He was number 156 on the counter.
Wow.
Thank you for voting.
Absolutely.
And all of Southeast New Mexico should be embarrassed, of themselves for not voting. I'm disappointed in this red area, says.
Well, and I won't be disappointed until after the election. If the numbers come back and people didn't vote, then I'll be disappointed because they still have an opportunity to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Get out and vote.
Yeah.
Go
vote, please.
Yeah, we need you to go vote. All right, National Anthem and the Pledge. Let me check the weather quickly, being brought to you by our buddies at Janko Janitorial. Find them on West Main in Artesia. They have a full complement of janitorial supplies, commercial grade, if you need janitorial supplies. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869. You can also go to the website, jancojanitorial.com, if you need them to do the cleaning for you. They do all the commercial cleaning, industrial cleaning, and oil field cleaning. They specialize in window cleaning, stripping, and waxing of the floors. They can clean your office building or your office. Give them a call today, 575-703-1869. Go to the website, jancojanitorial.com. 76 for the high today. Patchy blowing dust by this afternoon. 44 for the overnight low tonight. And then coming up tomorrow, sunny skies 71. 48 for the overnight low Thursday night. Rain in the forecast Friday night into Saturday. We're going to take our break. We got to get into our national anthem and our pledge. Stand by. Alec Raymundo, the comedian, is coming on with us in about 5 minutes. So stand by for that. Our national anthem and the pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your former insurance agent, has been for 40-plus years. She understands how to take care of people. That's her number one goal, is to give people a great deal, find them all the benefits that she possibly can, and bundle everything together to take care of all of their insurance. 575-703-2661. You might be saying, well, I have commercial insurance. I have, residential insurance. I have auto insurance. Look, she can take care of all of that, including life insurance. 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long. She is your former insurance agent.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma Chandragwijaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regulate, the bombs burst
God bless America. God bless you. It's 8 o'clock. KWMW Maljamura 105.1 FM. Large prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Proverbs 10 this morning, the righteous will never be uprooted, but the wicked will not remain in the land.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Straight up 8 o'clock, KWMW Maljamura 105.1 FM. We're W105. News this morning being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300. Find him in Roswell, serving all of southeast New Mexico. The heavy hitter settling the big cases in the Patch, a case for over $10 million, settling a case for medical malpractice for more than $9 million. Car accident, slip and falls. If you're in the middle of dealing with the insurance company and it is not going anywhere, the car is not being repaired, medical bills are not being paid, you need to call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, on the web at theragsdalelawfirm.com. We're coming right back. Alec Raymundo will join us. It's already 8:01 at W105.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign says more than 75,000 people showed up to hear a speech in Washington, D.C., saying it's time for a new generation of leadership, calling former President Trump a petty tyrant.
We are not a vessel for the schemes of wannabe dictators. The United States of America is the greatest idea humanity ever devised.
Former President Trump in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
It's in your hands. If we win Pennsylvania, we're going to win the whole deal.
Campaigns in North Carolina and Wisconsin. Today, Harris in North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. At least 51 people are dead in flooding in Spain, the Valencia region in the eastern part of the country, and rescue teams are still working to reach the worst hit areas. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling all clay shooters. Join us for the 3rd annual Freedom Isn't Free Sporting Clay Shoot, including a cornhole tournament at Creekside Clays in Artesia, New Mexico, November 2nd. Come support conservative Republican Harlan Vincent, who will continue to fight for your freedoms. Thank you to main event sponsors Prestige Equipment Rentals and Power Systems and WX. Early registration and sponsorship still available at harlanvincentfornm.com. For more information, call Rhonda at 575-937-1475. That's 575-937-1475.
Join us at the Core for the Veterans Appreciation Pickleball Tournament on November 9th and 10th. This great event to celebrate our veterans kicks off Saturday the 9th with mixed doubles play at 9 a.m. and continues Sunday the 10th with team doubles at 1 p.m. Register by November 4th to secure your spot. It's just $25 per player, and veterans play for free. In proud collaboration with Permian Warrior Partnership, let's celebrate our veterans together with a fantastic pickleball tournament. Register online at corehouse.com, in person, or call 575-393-6912 for more information. Enjoy all the fun from the Core Permian Warrior Partnership in your city of Hobbs.
Jumpstart your holiday shopping at Holly Jolly Holidays, presented by Yucca Blossom Trade Days. Find them at the Lee County Fairgrounds in Lovington on Saturday, November 2nd, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, November 3rd, 11 to 4. Arts, crafts, retail, and vendors galore, fun for the kids, and food trucks too. Make sure to check out the silent auction to benefit a local family in need. Holly Jolly Holidays in Lovington at the Lee County Fairgrounds, Saturday, November 2nd, 9 to 6, and Sunday the 3rd, 11 to 4.
Lee County, it's time to invest in the future of higher education. New Mexico Junior College proudly supports the 2024 New Mexico GEO Bond, and we urge you to vote yes this November. Bond 3 will help renovate campus by enhancing classrooms, offices, restrooms, and more. This bond will boost student success and strengthen our community. Let's make a difference for tomorrow. Vote yes on the New Mexico Geo Bond this November.
Looking for amazing deals on your next vehicle? Come to Tate Branch Auto Group, the original home with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's Ram Power Days. Get 15% off 2024 Ram 1500s with rates as low as 0 to 0.9% for 72 months on select models. Now is your chance to drive the truck of your dreams for less. Or how about tackling the wild with a rugged Jeep Gladiator? Get 10% off or financing as low as 2.9% for 72 months. Ready for any adventure? The hail of a sale is still going on. These vehicles are fixed, priced to move, and waiting for you. No need to head to Texas for a great deal. Find us across the street from Texas Roadhouse. We're the dealership with the 2 big ramps. Don't wait. Head to Tate Branch Auto Group in Hobbs today for the best deals on your next ride. 4123 North Lovington Highway.
We don't get fooled again.
Our team is the elite of the elite.
You're waking up to the morning morons. One does his best to make you think he's a moron. The other is not a moron. The other is a member of the Mensa Society. And why Monica? Why, she's here to calm the storm.
This storm is going to get much, much worse.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
Hello, everyone. It's Alexa. What are you looking at? Where do you think I get all the facts and information? Right here. Everything anyone needs to know. Every morning.
6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Alex Raymundo, how are you doing? He's on the phone with us.
Good morning,
Hey,
Alex.
everybody. Good morning.
Hey,
are you there?
Yes.
I'm here. How are you doing
Hey.
this morning?
I'm drinking already.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, that's a great thing.
Okay.
I start the morning sipping tequila, and it keeps me happy all day long. I don't chug. I used to chug when I was younger, but now I just sip away all the time.
Yeah, I mean, after a while, waking up with a hangover gets old. But if you just keep going, you never have a hangover. Correct?
Right, that's true. But also with good tequila, there is no hangover. By the way, I don't want people to think I'm an alcoholic. I only drink on days I have to work, and I have to work today.
Oh,
so but if you're sipping, you're just building up your tolerance, right?
I'm building up a tolerance. I always like to say this is a professional operation. No drinking until we clock in.
Right.
So you're coming up. You're going to have a show at the End of the Mountain Gods, correct?
I'm at Billy's Cantina at the Ruidoso Downs.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Billy.
Yeah, it's next to the Billy the Kid Casino.
Oh,
I've been
right
to the
there.
End of the Mountain Gods.
Yes. So you're going to be in Ruidoso, and hey, we were going to ask you a question. With everything going on with comedians nowadays, I have said 15 years ago that the only people you're going to be able to poke fun at are white guys like me in the future. Do you see comedy going that people they get their feelings hurt
instead of laughing?
I mean, I'm a Cajun from Louisiana. If you make fun of a Cajun, I laugh because most of the time it's true.
Yeah, you know the Boudreaux jokes.
Yes,
that's who you are.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, I'm an equal opportunity comedian. I'm old enough. I've been doing this long enough. I've been doing it 35 years.
Right.
It's an all skate party. I make fun of anybody and everybody.
Sure.
I consider myself uncancelable. If you decide to cancel me, you know what? The people that are going to listen to you, they don't come to my shows anyway.
Right.
Grown-ups come to my show,
Right.
and we have an agreement that when you come into my room, and I think this should be the truth in any comedy club or any comedy setting.
Amen.
You check your ego, you check your feelings at the door. We are a spit valve for the BS that we all live in, which is our daily grind, and we should be able to come in there and laugh at Mexican jokes, laugh at coon asses from Louisiana, laugh at the American Indian, laugh at African Americans, laugh at Puerto Rico. You know, I think we take ourselves. I was literally spent 10 minutes. I was in North Carolina last weekend, and I was addressing an audience that was probably 35 and up to 75, and they loved what I was saying. There was one table of girls that were like 23, and boy, they were I kept telling them, welcome to the grown-up world. And if you play along, you'd realize it's a lot of fun, and it's okay to laugh at me, to laugh at you, to laugh at each other, because none of it is based in hate. It's based in truth plus exaggeration. Let's get a laugh. Let's have a drink. Let's move on and decide what we want to. And I love that the intro song that you guys came in with was "Don't Get Fooled Again." I think that's what we really need to be focusing on as we're in this election season. I hope everybody. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote. I'm just going to say, I hope you have a critical mind of your own, that you don't believe whatever narrative is being thrown at you, and you can decipher through the BS and make a decision that you're comfortable with. And if it turns out to not to be the one that you wanted, I live in America. Whether I liked who's elected president for each term, I give that person the benefit of the doubt at least 2 years into it, and then I start to go, what is this crap?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, I've 15 years ago when people started saying, man, you can't perform at colleges anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I did? I just quit going to colleges. But I'm not going to lie to you. I went to the in Las Cruces. It's a University of New Mexico there.
Yes, yes.
And I didn't want to go, but they paid me such good money that I was like, I'm going to go. And I tell you what, those kids surprised me. And this has to have been 9 years ago. And I had a freaking ball with them kids because they had an open mind. And they booked me to come in 3 years in a row, and so I do have faith in the younger generation that they're going to wake up, even though they say they're woke, and understand that we're all here together. And I love that it happened in New Mexico. I could say that story. That's a true story about that college. Because I've been to Wisconsin and I didn't dig what was going on in a college, and people are looking at me like, this guy, where is he coming from? But in New Mexico, I love the state of New Mexico, and I love that I can tell that story about the university. I love Ruidoso. I think New Mexico is like a beautiful woman, the whole state. The Ruidoso are the breasts. Roswell becomes, the lower back, Artesia, the tank. And God knows I have so many friends, and I love Carlsbad, but Carlsbad, that's the culo.
No, that would be Albuquerque.
Yeah,
that would be Albuquerque. Yeah. I mean,
there's even Carlsbad, the caverns are the Fundillo.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fun.
There you go. But we're getting, and a lot of times, when you're doing comedy, and, especially if you're making fun of somebody, that's a sign of love. I mean, my buddy here, Tom, me and him have been together for almost 20 years, and I bash on him all the time, and it's a sign of love. It's a sign, like your brother. I mean, there's nobody that you can give crap to like your brother.
Right.
Absolutely. And just from our perspective, I'll say this to the entire audience. Our job is to go up there and make you laugh. We have a plan, right? And sometimes that plan goes perfectly, and sometimes you have to call an audible, like an NFL quarterback, and you go.
Right.
And my job always is to not suck. Don't suck, Alex. And if that's at the cost of making jokes about myself, my wife, my children, my mother, my family, my wife's family, the person sitting in front of me, someone who everyone's laughing and one person doesn't get it. Hey, it's all about the moment, and my job is to make the majority of that audience laugh throughout the night. Every once in a while, I'm going to lose every one of them. There's going to be a moment that even though they're laughing hard, they go, okay, I didn't like that one because it was Adam. But guess what? The rest of the room loved it.
Yeah.
And so it's an all skate party, and I apologize for nothing that I say on stage because I'm up there trying to make everybody laugh. Because I realize people paid, by the way, everybody, tickets, you can get them at thelibertyinc.com. And this is an amazing ticket. Usually my tickets are $25 and up. They have tickets as low as $12.50, and I think some are as high as $30. And it's a small room. But again, I'm there I realize, hey, people paid money to get there, and they showered, they went home, they put the kids at the babysitter, they did all the things they had to do, and they need some relief. Right. So I'm here to deliver it no matter what happens, if it's at my expense or someone else's.
Yeah.
And so, check your feelings, check your ego, and you'll probably realize you have a good time when you do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Alec, when did you realize that this was going to be your career? What inspired you to become a comedian?
Chicks.
Right?
Quite honestly,
isn't that what guys do? Chicks.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's the truth. Because I always wanted to be an entertainer as a kid. I had an uncle that was a musician, and I grew. My mother was a housekeeper, and my father was a waiter. Now I'm sounding like I'm Kamala.
You come from the middle class family,
but. Yeah, I come from where people watered their lawn and took care of it. No, but
Right.
I genuinely come from a hardworking family. I had an uncle who was an entertainer, and so because my family was back of the house, I remember being 11 years old and getting ready, being able to be behind the counter and see my uncle play music for people. And I remember I loved it, and I always wanted to be an entertainer. And, of course, Elvis was a big inspiration to me because he was just so cool. When I'm an old guy. I'm 60 years old. And I was like, this guy's amazing. All the chicks love him, and I wanted to be a rock and roll star. But I was fortunate when I was 23, I was bartending, and I got a job at a comedy club in 1987, which was the explosion of comedy clubs across the country. And I got to witness all these guys and girls making people belly laugh for 2 hours, and they were loving it. But I was also noticing that a lot of these guys who had a great sense of humor but weren't the most attractive men I'd ever seen in my life were going home with these amazing women. And I was like, I want to do that. And so it was really kind of a snowball of all of that made me want to do what I want to do. And I was fortunate that it went well for me. And I did amateur nights for a year and a half. I came out of the same comedy club that Ron White came out of, and both of us cut our teeth in that room. In the first 4 years of our careers, we drove this nation back and forth, me and Ron, in my truck and his, and we had a ball. And you guys know the story. Ron went on to do the Blue Collar Tour. I went on to do the Latin Kings of Comedy.
Right.
And now we both own Number One Tequila together. And we're fortunate to say for 35 years, we've been great friends and we've had success in this industry. And again, I've loved it. It's provided for my family. I've lived a good life, and I apologize to no one for it because nothing that I've ever said came out of a place of hate.
Right.
You know, I love Ron White when he talks about getting sober and about going to some of these rehab clinics, and you know that's just
they don't have a sense of humor at rehab.
No sense of humor.
No. But this is kind of funny. You guys should know this. Before Ron started stand-up comedy, he was a storm window salesman, and he was horrible at it. We used to, because it was late 80s. We would go in his truck, and his window samples would have. We used them as a rolling tray, and there was literally anything, any substance, illegal substance on it. I was always like, "How do you sell these?" He goes, "I don't." And, he was horrible at it. But at the same time that he was doing that, he was also a counselor for a drug rehab place. So he was already familiar with standing up in front of people and engaging them and trying to give them life lessons. And Ron has had his battles with substance abuse of all kinds. And our tequila. Oh, give me a second, guys. Our tequila is so beautiful that he still owns it with me. And we pimp it. But Ron, about 2.5 years ago, called me and said, "Brother, our tequila is so damn good that I'm going to kill myself if I keep drinking." And I said, "Quit drinking, Ron. Quit drinking." He had to quit drinking. But we still have a beautiful tequila.
Well, and you're right. It is a good tequila.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I haven't tried it. I'm going to have to partake.
Hey, everybody in the state, throughout the state of New Mexico, ask your local bar, your local restaurant, your local liquor store if they have it. If they don't have it, tell them Republic. That is the distributor. And if for some reason you're in a spot where you can't find it, just go straight to our website, numberjuantequila.com. We can send it right to your front door. And when you go to checkout, there's a discount code. Use my name, Alex. You get an additional 15% off the best prices in the nation.
I'm going to have to take.
There's no reason not to get it.
I leave to go back to the Philippines at the end of the month. I will take several bottles back to the Philippines.
There you go. Please do. And just so you know, there is a shipping fee. It's the best prices in the country online. But there is a shipping fee, and whether you buy 1 bottle or 7 bottles, it's still $20 to ship it. So, so stock up, everybody.
So
and don't forget that discount code, Alex. You're gonna see what it does to that price. But I got to tell you, I have so many friends in New Mexico, in Roswell, in Carlsbad, in Rio Doso, in Las Cruces, and in Artesia, in Clovis, in Farmington. Oh my God, I've had so many good times throughout the years, and so a shout out to all my friends listening, everyone over at Cal's Western Shade in Carlsbad, Daniel Magby, Lucy's, who was one of the first persons that ever brought me to the state. Lucy's from Carlsbad. Everyone at the End of the Mountain Gods. But again, this weekend I'll be at the Ruidoso Downs racetrack at the Billy's Cantina next to the Billy the Kid Casino.
So you travel the state, Alex, and you see what's going on in our country. Do you see people waking up? Because I came back from the Philippines and went to the grocery store and bought 18 eggs, and it was $6.50, and I went, I could cuss in English and Spanish. I went, what the hell is going on? People are struggling. Do you see people waking up?
I do see them waking up, and it's a slow wake, right? And but you know what? People are hurting.
Yes.
People are hurting.
Yes.
I mean, that's why I really applaud the people that I'm working for this weekend at Ruidoso Downs. I'm sorry. Ruidoso Downs. Because I haven't seen a $12 ticket on me in, I haven't. Ever since I was able to sell tickets, it was always 20, 25 and up. And so I applaud them because people are hurting. And even though some people, if you would have asked me 7 or 8 years ago, I was in a different place politically in the sense of what I thought. As I grow older, I become a little more conservative. I'm not saying that's the way everybody will be. I still have many liberal views.
Me too.
But I also, I also see that I know this, that it's hard for someone to change their mind about no one wants to be wrong. And if we can get past our ego that, hey, you know what? It's very possible that car salesman lied to you about the car. So why would you put it past politicians and political parties that for decades have sold us on one thing? And then you go, wait a minute, why is this happening? So again, I'm not telling you to abandon your political party. I'm telling you to be a critical thinker and ask yourself the questions, and then kind of put that protractor to your life and go,
Amen.
Hey, you know what? Like you just said, there's no reason I should be paying that much for eggs and milk, and there's no reason that a gallon of milk, and I live in the state of Kentucky, a gallon of milk now has gone up a little bit, but let's say it's $2.50. But you go to Los Angeles, California, and that same gallon of milk is almost $6.
Oh.
And you're like, what's going on?
Yep. Yeah,
and so
it's a crazy world, because I went to Walmart in Louisiana and the eggs were $3.50. Same eggs, same packaging.
Yeah.
Same $3.50 for 18. And then Hobbs, it was $6.50. Now the price has come down a little bit, but I'm like, it's the same packaging. It's the same eggs coming from one location. Why is there price difference?
Right.
Because they can stick it to you.
They can stick it to you, and you know what? All along the way, there's hands that get involved, and every time someone's hand, whether it be whatever entity it is, they add a markup and or a tax. In certain states, just tax more, and you have to ask yourself sometimes why. I've been to California. I lived in California. California is a beautiful state.
It is.
Unfortunately, it's completely broken in the systems. You look at it and you go, how?
Yeah.
How can you justify all of this? And again, everybody, think about what you're going to do. Think about how it may affect your life personally. Mm-hmm. Don't just say, what you just heard on the news about that.
Mm-hmm.
Quit repeating that stuff. Look at it, apply it to your life. And I would say this. Again, I'm an Elvis fan, and 100,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong. And I think the majority of America is starting to go, hey, everybody, let's try this.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to work last time.
Yeah. And I think people, when they're paying too much for everything, and the government wants to put restrictions on us. I'm a less government guy. I don't want you.
What? I mean, when they try to say what we can say, When they try to restrict what we can say and what we can say to each other, and just the fact that, hey, by the way, you can't go see your family for the holidays this year. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
and then that's what we have to be careful of. That's what we really, really, really have to be careful of. And here's something else. And I'm without saying names, I'm trying to. I think people can feel the way I feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's what else I've learned, because some people are like, "Well, I just hate that guy." Well, sometimes you don't have to like your father, but your father has your best interests. And sometimes you don't have to like the person that runs something personally, but you can say, well, they are doing a great job, though.
Yeah.
And so I tell everybody, but let's put that aside. Come to this comedy shows, because that's where we try to
make you laugh.
My favorite thing about what I do for a living is I love to hear people laugh, because I feel like I'm giving to the world, but at the same time, I'm gaining so much. Right. Ron always says the reason we're healthy, the reason we've lived so long, the reason our hair hasn't fallen out. Ron White and myself we're a great hair tour. We both got great hair. People always say that.
I'm envious.
But we deliver the goods, and he always says we got a lot of karma points on our, we for all the things that we've done in our life, that we were mischievous and broke the law and bent the law here and there. We got karma points because of all the people we've made feel good. And I'm not going to lie, my favorite part of what I do for a living is when I come off the stage, people come up and go, "Hey man, that's a great show. That's a great show." And that's nice, right? But when someone comes up and says, no, and they don't let your hand go, they go, "You don't understand. This week, one of my best friends died," or "This year has been hell. I lost my job. I lost this. I've been in a rut, and I have not been able to enjoy myself for 90 minutes straight, and you made me forget about every bit of that." And that to me is beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, how did they get tickets for the show? Tell me where that is one more time.
You can do two things. You can go to The Liberty Inc., which is kind of ironic because of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
TheLibertyInc.com, or you can go to alexcomedy.com, and there's a link to this weekend's shows. And by the way, I know you guys have a huge reach all across New Mexico. I'm in New Mexico throughout this month. I'm in Ruidoso this weekend. I'm in Roswell, Alamogordo, and Las Cruces next weekend, and then the next weekend I'm in West Texas. So I'm all around you for the next few weeks. So everybody, just go to thelibertyinc.com for tickets for this weekend and for Roswell. And if you want to check anything out where Alex is at, you can go to alexcomedy.com. And don't forget to visit number1tequila.com. And get yourself a bottle of our beautiful tequila. Because I always pimp the tequila. But you should know this. Me and Ron are not the faces of it. We own and operate it. It's our baby. It comes out of our pocket, and we're not trying to, one day we'll make $1 million on it, but right now we're just trying to share the mood that we're in, which is a damn good one.
There you go. Tom, anything as we wrap up?
Yeah. Actually, do you have a favorite comedian that you like to go see?
You know what? There's so many great ones. And I love stepping into a comedy club that I get to see people I've never ever seen. And there's always something brilliant about every one of them. Whether they may suck for 7 minutes, but there's one thought that they have, and I love that part of it. I was just in North Carolina, and this young lady in a tiny little town emailed me and said, "Hey, I'm a local comic," and I didn't. And the town was a tiny town. I was like, "Are you kidding me? How are you doing comedy out of there?" But I put her on the show, and she was fantastic. I mean, I'm a big fan of comics that I'm a big fan of Bill Burr. I'm a big fan of Felipe Esparza, Willie Barcena. I have so many friends, great friends in comedy. Obviously, Ron White, but I have to be honest, my favorite is still me. It's still
there you
me.
Go.
Right.
And it's because I'm up there. I would tell people all the time, I'm trying to make you laugh, but I'm also trying to figure out life while I'm up there. So anything that comes out of my mouth is me just trying to decipher through all this bull crap, and it's almost like my therapy. And by the way, if and when I do offend you, don't get mad at me. That's just the tequila talking.
There you go.
You know what? I'm gonna bring back to your tequila again. One of the things I really like about your tequila, besides the tequila itself, is the fact that you have your dad on the label.
My dad is on the neck of every bottle. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you for knowing that. This comes from our heart, everybody. And by the way, I didn't invent this tequila. This is a century-old distillery that they know what they're doing, and they're artists. They don't compromise integrity for mass production. If I was to walk in there next week and say, hey, guys, the latest craze is everybody needs peanut butter. They want a peanut butter. They'd be like, get out of here. You know, that's like someone trying to tell me or Ron White how to write a joke. Yeah, keep it to yourself. We got it. I'll take an idea, but they're artists. It's beautiful tequila, century-old distillery, no additives, none of that stuff. They do it the right way. I always say it's not what you puked on in high school, and I honor my father and my family and my country. I'm Mexican born.
Right.
I honor my country, my father, and my family by putting my father on the neck of every bottle.
Amen. Alex, look forward to seeing you, and best of luck.
See the show, everybody.
Hey, thank you so
see the
much.
Show. Please, thank you. Thanks for the time, guys.
Thank you. All right, 8:30. Tom A. I was going to ask him about your inability to speak Spanish.
Oh, should have asked him.
I think he would have said, take your Mexican card away.
Probably.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Probably.
All right, we got to get to the boob of the day. We'll take a break. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom and the text.
All right, this text is saying, but she's not here. But Monica, can you count how many times Kevin says, by the way, over or under 83?
Well, we'll let you do it if you'd like.
So, yeah, they're asking about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And another texter says, early voting.
By the way, if you want to come up here and see if you can do this, I invite you to come up.
Sure.
Come on. Bring it.
Yeah.
By the way.
Hey, by the way, Tom, can you go ahead and read a text?
Go ahead,
by
Tom.
By the way. And another
can you read a text from the texter on the text line?
And I know we talked about it before we went to Alex, but this texter says, ask where can I find out whether I voted or not?
Okay. Here we go. Write this down real quick. If not, text in and I will send it to you. voterportal.sos.state.nm.us/where-to-vote.aspx.
You better text that in.
Right. Hopefully you're writing fast, but you can if you text in, I will.
Maybe we can put that up on Facebook.
Tom or I will text you back with it.
So this text is saying, well, you know what? I voted for the first time in my life yesterday. Well, good for you, and hopefully you'll vote again. That's an experience that you only experience one time for the first time, and it's awesome.
The first time will be your only time you can experience. Yeah, okay.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. And oh, that's kind of nasty. I'm not going to say it though.
By the way, it's nasty.
Yeah.
So Tom only thinks and does nasty when not on the air.
Yeah.
So there you go, B.
Looks like Alabama couple's home security camera captured the moment when a bear stood up on its hind legs and rolled their trash can.
Pretended to be Bigfoot.
At first, they were scared, but then they were just happy somebody took out the trash. Thank you. Delta Airlines plane had to abort a takeoff this week after smoke was billowing from the engine. On the runway, though, in Las Vegas. That's the good news. It's on the runway, which means that it was a Boeing. Oh, wait, was it a Boeing? Doesn't say if it was a Boeing.
Wasn't in the air.
Which stays in Vegas.
What happened in Vegas?
Yeah, well, and this stayed in Vegas. They had to get another plane. Yeah, would you feel comfortable if the plane is smoking on the runway, flying on the same plane?
No.
No, I would not feel comfortable at all. And Jay Johnson, the former voice actor and cartoon comedy specialist for Bob's Burgers, was convicted of felony participating with January 6th. They got him. He's going to jail.
And is he the voice of Bob on Bob's Burgers?
Yes, yeah. He will do 1 year and 1 day in prison.
Unbelievable.
1 year, 1 day in prison.
Why aren't any of the Black Lives Matter folks in prison?
No. George W. Bush's daughter, Barbara, we talked about that, campaigning for Kamala Harris. Good Republican family, Tom.
No, they're part of the New World Order.
Were.
good Republican.
No, they never were. They were never good Republicans.
CIA operative.
Yeah, part of the New World Order.
Election interference coming from Google as they buried Joe Rogan's Trump interview. Google owns YouTube, and they buried that. Some people were unable to find that. Puerto Rico senator has officially endorsed Donald Trump. She did so at the Pennsylvania rally. Her name is Zadora Boxco. She's from Puerto Rico, and she is nonpartisan, and she said, Donald Trump is my man.
I sure hope somebody takes Google to court over
I
this.
hope so. I'm sick and tired of Google.
They do that with a lot of YouTube channels.
I use
they do that.
DuckDuckGo more and more. 8:32. Make that 8:35. 8:35 morning show being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Farm and Brand Supplies. Western Wear. They've got your work gear and feed for all your animals. They're your certified Purina dealer. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Online at RoswellLivestock.com. You can also find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Blowing dust this afternoon. Sunny skies this morning. 76 for the high. 44 tonight and clear. And then 71 on Thursday. On Friday, getting up to about 74. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Fenn's Country Market from the meat department. Save a lot of money with beef. Arm roast, family pack, $3.97 a pound. Fresh ground beef, 80% lean, family pack, $3.59 a pound. Sirloin cut pork chops. The bone-in pack, family pack, $1.49 a pound. Gold potatoes, 3-pound bag, $1.99. Juicy snack-size oranges, 4 for $1. And you can get your blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, 6-ounce containers, 2 for $5. And Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, and more, 20-pack. 12-ounce cans, just $9.99. Don't forget Saturday, it's Fajita Saturday at Finn's in Artesia. They use nothing but USDA prime ribeye steaks. We're going to have to get to the boob of the day this morning. Keep you updated with everything going on with news. Don't forget, we're coming to the last of the races at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Limpy is going to be there this weekend. Call Jamal for more information, 575-631-5099. Follow them, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Limpy will be working the flashlight on Saturday. Friday night, they have the TNT races. And then Saturday, they're rolling out the flashlight with Limpy. Small tire, True Street, tailgate, daily driver, run with your brunget, and so much more. Find out more information. Call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more information. Tom, quickly.
All right. Original Tom A. Hater is chiming in and says, I'd like to give a shout-out to the oil-filled liberal and the Trump hater and the Lovington liberal and also the Biden lover and the racist liberal. Go Sancho's for Trump 2024, says the original Tom A. Hater. And this texter said, I voted yesterday around 2:30, and there was in Carlsbad, there was already 6,866 votes notice on the counter. Wow. And Ron White and Tony Hinchcliffe, the Puerto Rican guy, joke guy, he had Tony move to Austin, says the text. Okay.
He's one of Joe Rogan's friends. He goes on the circuit with Joe Rogan. He has made a living doing jokes.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Comedian. It is a profession.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank Randy Pettigrew for coming to our safety meeting this morning, says John from Lovington.
Awesome.
So, and he'll be here tomorrow, right?
That was Jody from Lovington.
Jody.
Jody.
And John, Jody, Jim, Bob, Juan, Jose, Tony.
It's in the neighborhood.
It's all in the neighborhood.
By the way, Randy will be here tomorrow morning, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we said that.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure.
I wanted to make sure. Are you done? I'm just making sure. By the way. All right, 6:39. We got to take a break. We'll do the. You want to do the boo when we come back, and then we'll do the good news.
Sure, that's fine.
Checking news this morning, being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're driving on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road, fill her up at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Diesel, DEF value. They also have unleaded gas. So if you're running low on fuel, exit 128. Right on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles and fill her up. They open to the public, and they would like to just be safe on the road from the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Coming right back, 8:39. We're being the Breakfast Club.
Nomad and Hobbs and Tatum presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. On Monday night, New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham asked President Joe Biden to declare a major disaster over this month's flooding in Roswell and surrounding Chavez County, which could unlock money to aid in recovery. She called the October 18th storm that killed 2 people, wrecked buildings, and washed away cars unprecedented. If the request is approved, the declaration would unlock money for governments and individuals from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Small Business Administration. The National Weather Service said the storm dumped almost 6 inches of rain, a record for a single weather event in Roswell. And Lee County Commissioners approved a total of about $2 million for the 2025 Lee County Fair and Rodeo, which included about $424,000 in contracts and a $1.5 million budget for entertainment artist fees and about $114,000 for the advertising budget. The 2024 budget for entertainment was set at $1.7 million, but only $1.5 million was actually spent. Lee County Fairgrounds Director Wyatt Duncan said since about $1.5 million was spent on the 2024 entertainment fees, it was decided by the board to keep the 2025 budget in that amount. And Artesia General Hospital has welcomed a new podiatrist to the staff. Dr. Amara Abid specializes in foot and ankle care, and her expertise ranges from everyday ailments like bunions and plantar fasciitis to more complex issues such as limb salvage and diabetic wound care. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Cell and Molecular Biology at the University of Toronto and later pursued additional degrees at City University of New York College of Staten Island, where she graduated summa cum laude with a Master in Science and Biology. She went on to complete her Doctor of Pediatric Medicine at the New York College of Pediatric Medicine. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. The Family of Excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking encourage you to vote. If you can't make it to the polls on Tuesday, November 5th, vote early. But be sure to vote. This year's election will be one of the closest and most consequential in our nation's history. So every vote matters. Thank you for voting and praying for our country and its leaders from the Lucky Family of Excellence. And God bless America.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you a mechanic looking for a career, not just a job? Hobbs Truck and Trailer is now hiring heavy-duty and light medium-duty mechanics. $20 to $45 an hour depending on experience. Retirement, insurance packages, uniforms after 30 days. You owe it to yourself to apply now at Hobbs Truck and Trailer. Call 575-433-4166 or apply online at hobbstruckandtrailer.net. Equal opportunity employer.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Not all heroes wear capes. Steph dashed to her Camry that rainy Saturday night. She grabbed a vintage poncho that looks like a cape. She deftly navigates the wet streets. Her rescue mission is clear. Arriving, her friend emerges and settles into the Camry's seats.
Worst date ever. Thank you so much.
Quick getaways. It's a Camry vibe. The all-hybrid Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Please, the sun is coming up.
Did I miss it? Did I miss it?
Come on.
Turn it on now. It's showtime, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Use only as directed.
Don't understand. I need it.
Call or text now 877-396-W105.
You may look calm on the outside, but on the inside, you've killed that coworker like 100 times.
We have no sense of humor, and we're armed.
This is not headline news. Today is Text Your Ex Day. Or in Giselle Bundchen's case, it's text your ex and tell him you got knocked up by the jiu-jitsu instructor you always told him not to worry about day. U.S. airlines are now required to refund passengers automatically if their flight is significantly delayed or canceled. This means we can expect Southwest Airlines to go bankrupt in less than a year. Carlos Mencia pulled down his pants during a stand-up show. Great. Now he's stealing from Louis C.K. And Johnny Depp's new film is called Day Drinker. I believe that's what you call typecasting. This is not headline news.
And a good morning to you. Another day in paradise. I am Kevin B. Tom A. is right across the board. You can always see him.
Yep.
He's the biggest figure in the room. He's right there.
Actually, I lost a lot of weight.
I actually gained weight. I'm up to 188 pounds, Tom.
Ooh.
From 175.
272, baby.
Well, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself. I did go to the gym yesterday and put in a lot of work.
You said 272. When was the last time you weighed?
There's a scale right there. I mean, the scale does not lie.
A month ago.
A month ago. So how do you know?
I weighed myself at the doctor's office.
A month ago.
A month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that far ago. It was just a month ago. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew, reminding you the governor continues to turn this state further and further to the progressive left. Mm-hmm. Randy reminds you he continues to fight for you and our way of life in southeast New Mexico. There's one way we can change this state, and it starts on November 5th. Or it could start today if you just get out and vote.
Yep.
Please get out and vote. If you just moved and you need to register to vote, you can register to vote at the polling locations. Now, if you wait, you can register to vote on Election Day and vote on Election Day. Need more information about Randy Pettigrew? Go to randallpettigrew.com. Continuing to fight for our way of life in southeast New Mexico. They're still saying blowing dust in the forecast this afternoon. Sunny today and 76. A front pushing through by Saturday, Friday night and the Saturday. We have rain in the forecast, and most of that's sticking around for the entire weekend. Boob of the day on the way. Chinese scientists recently unveiled a brick type that they hope that if you use it to build, they want to build the world's first base of inflatable homes and on the surface of the moon. So they would build this inflatable home on the moon if they ever get to the moon. And the Chinese, they don't throw bricks at inflatable houses, please. Brony James, please don't throw any bricks at him because he will flop like his dad. So, by the way, they say it's affordable. The inflatable homes are very, very affordable.
Well, except for the trip to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can get the inflatable homes. You can take, look.
So if you have an air leak in your inflatable home on the moon.
Yeah, then that's a problem. Now, you can, millennials, you can get the inflatable houses and the bounce houses. You can live in that.
Some of them do.
Well, that's the basement.
Now, how do we really know that there's no air up at the moon?
How do we know? Can we send you there? Can we send you there and let's try it out?
Just take off your helmet. See if you can breathe.
I think that would be great if we just send you there. Lionsgate announced that Johnny Depp will star in a brand new movie called Day Drinker.
Saw that.
Shock. It totally. Is it a biop? What do they call that? With a biography? What do they call that? Shark?
Bioptic.
Bioptic. Yeah. Is it going to be as? Could be.
We'll see.
It did not mention cocaine, though.
There was a lot of that went on at his club.
Yeah, they did not mention that. And we told you that earlier in the show, Terry Gard passed away. She will be missed. 79 years old, had been suffering from MS.
One thing.
And you know who is going to be in Wisconsin with Donald Trump? Brett Favre.
Is he really?
Yes, he's endorsed Donald Trump and will be speaking
now, what does he,
in Green Bay.
He has something, too. Is it
He's
MS?
got MS also. Yes.
I didn't know that.
That was my segue. Steve Bannon, right-wing podcaster.
Saw that.
Chief executive of
jailed.
Jailed, and he is out of jail 1 week before the election.
Yeah, that's good.
Now,
yesterday.
why did he go to jail?
Contempt of
Congress.
Testifying, yeah.
Because he would not. He took the Fifth Amendment and they put him in jail.
4 months he was in jail.
Has Hunter gone before Congress?
No, he was in contempt of Congress, and they just said, "Oh well, whatever."
That's why I was kind of wondering. Arrest made a terroristic threat in Brewster County, nearby Brewster County, Texas. Launched Foy, making a terroristic threat and abusing the 911 service. Look, one call to 911 is not abuse. 1,000 calls, that is abuse.
Yep.
Looks like there is another meat recall. Listeria problems. 11 million pounds of beef is going to be recalled. Could this be another increase in the price of beef?
Of course.
So we've had eggs being destroyed, beef being destroyed, and that's not going to bring up the... And by the way, this beef sold at Walmart, Target, and Trader Joe's. 11 million pounds of beef going by the name of Bruce Pack. And what I don't get it's a pre-cooked meat. If it's cooked.
As far as these food shortages go and them having to kill chickens because they said they had diseases, do your homework, do the research, find out why this may be happening.
What's going on?
I think it is.
I have some thoughts on it, but it would take a lot longer to go into than what we have.
Tim Walz saying Donald Trump is bashing America. Have you heard Donald Trump bashing America?
I have heard Tim Walz bashing America.
Here's a Tim Walz and his his little jolly face.
Trump last week called this country the garbage can for the world.
That's just an out-and-out lie.
Literally trash-talking this country.
I want you to go by. If any the liberals, go find that cut.
Yeah, Joe Biden is the one who said that Trump voters are garbage.
And I did found the cut. I found the cut of Whoopi saying that if you're married to in a biracial family,
what an idiot.
he will. Donald Trump will split up your family.
All of you talking about you. It's us. He's not going to be. He's not going to, say, "Oh, you're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported." No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
So let me get this part. Wasn't Donald Trump in office already?
Yes.
Okay. Did he do that?
Nope. And by the way, what has he ever, he ever said that would even indicate that he would go after couples who are U.S. citizens and splitting them up?
What he's saying is that if you are a criminal alien in this country, you will be deported first.
Right. Not U.S. citizens. No. If you're
even if you're married to a white guy, he's going to split you up. And he'll put the white guy with another woman. Who is Donald Trump?
Is he arranged?
Match.com?
Right. I mean, what kind of idiot?
Just nuts. Nuts. Big drug bust. Multiple law enforcement agencies in Albuquerque are working together. Arrested 4 men yesterday that are flooding our streets with the deadly fentanyl. They made 4 arrests yesterday. 715,000 fentanyl pills, along with guns, taken off the street. I do not follow the NFL.
Nope.
But I do know the name Nick Bosa because he played at Ohio State.
Right.
And he's best of friends with Joe Burrow from Joe Burrow's time playing with Ohio State before he went to LSU.
Right.
So they were doing an interview on the field after I'm sorry to bring this up again. I know you're just getting after the Cowboys lost to the 49ers. And Bosa runs up during an interview. They were interviewing the quarterback, and he runs up with a Make America Great hat on. But it was a white hat with green letters. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't even read what it said on the hat.
Right.
I couldn't. And because of that, looks like the NFL is going to fine him. Now, my brother said that, well, the rules are the rules, and the rules are pretty, they're out there. And that he knew the rule before he wore the hat, and now he's going to be fined. The problem that I have with this, that
BLM,
Black Lives Matters, because the rule said that activists you could not promote. Isn't Black Lives Matters activism?
Yes.
Far
left.
That's what I was thinking. And Tim Walz has his favorite NFL players, Blake. Look, that's his favorite 2 NFL players. Yeah, I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
Yeah. Let me look and see if it's on there.
By the way, that's
hold it up one more time. I want to make sure.
Oh, wait.
I got
that's up on Be in the Breakfast Club if you'd like to share it on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah, if you want to share that. But, Tom, you have a problem with Nick Bosa wearing... I mean, what is the problem with Make America Great?
They don't want America to be great.
They don't want,
It's just...
you got to remember, these...
Who used that campaign slogan first?
Reagan, wasn't it?
No, it was a Democrat.
Yeah, I thought it was a Democrat.
Wasn't Clinton.
Who was it? Back in the day. It had to be way back in the day.
No, it wasn't that far back. Make America Great. Who was that? Texters, if you know Texas, let us know.
Right.
I'm trying to remember. I can't think off the top of my head who that is. I think it was a Democrat.
I thought it was a Democrat, too. But I know he's not. Yeah, Ronald Reagan back in 1980 was the first to say, "Make America Great Again."
Thought I was right. I saw the movie.
Yeah, he was. I saw the movie.
I remember that line.
Yeah, "Make America Great."
Yeah, we didn't live through it. You saw the movie.
Yeah. Oklahoma school chief. This guy is superintendent of education for Oklahoma. He's the guy that said he's putting Bibles in every school. Mm-hmm. He has sent Kamala Harris a bill for $474 million.
Good for him.
$474 million. That's education costs for illegal immigrants. He is citing her to be a problem with all the folks coming in. So he wrote a letter to her, and she hasn't answered him back. She is the border czar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she
even though she's trying to distance herself from it.
Two brothers now face weapons charges in Albuquerque. Riley Kellner, 22, facing one count of being a felon in possession with a firearm. You know your life has gone bad when you're 22 and already a felon.
Yep.
And then Aiden Keller, 26, also charged with 11 counts of making false statements during the purchase of firearms. So they were buying these firearms, and the brother had multiple of them, and he's a felon. By the way, they face up to about 15 years in jail. Whooping cough. It's on the increase. Tom?
Dry cough.
Whoop, whoop.
You sound like you got the whooping cough.
No, that's dry cough.
So New Mexico, the cases in New Mexico have doubled. And over 500 New Mexico health professionals are going to receive debt relief. So hundreds more healthcare professionals in New Mexico receiving debt relief from the New Mexico Higher Education Department. These are individuals that went to school in New Mexico.
Okay.
And they're going to have their loans forgiven.
Wow.
Which is awesome. And 105. Why aren't we doing that for police officers?
Why not any other profession?
So,
I mean, we're running health professionals out of this state faster than we can,
Yeah, keep them. 105-year-old woman has a secret to living long. Tom, what do you think the secret is?
SEX?
Sex at 105.
And booze.
And booze. I'm not going to say I'm a loose woman, but... Anyway, she says Guinness. She drinks Guinness every day.
Right on.
And by the way, on her 105th birthday, she drank a pint of Guinness.
Good for her.
Tom on the text, boob of the day up next.
All right. Tracy from Eunice is chiming in. I like Boza even more now, and I follow pro football either way, he says this morning. And by the great American, Make America Great Again, it was Ronald Reagan, says this one text. And you said that too, B. And isn't that a freedom of speech, though?
Well, look,
yes
when you're working for somebody and they have rules, you have to follow their rules.
Right.
Yeah.
But it needs to be enforced across the board.
Yeah.
You can't let Black Lives Matter or any other activist group be warned, and then only because the powers that be in the NFL are anti-Republican.
Right. It's got to be across the board.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, Tom, I got a call from Rocket Mortgage. Morning, how you doing?
Morning, how are you, sir?
Yeah, we're good. You're on the air with us. What can I help you with? You're on the sex addiction hotline. Go ahead.
It's my lucky day.
Yeah.
Looking to reach human resources to verify some employment.
Oh, yeah, you got the wrong number.
Yeah, I don't have that number.
And I don't have that number.
Business cards are down there. Just grab one, Tom.
But we're live on the air, so hold the line for me, and I'll see if we can get somebody to help you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't know how they got that number.
That was fun radio.
Well, that's why I said we're from the sex hotline, sex addiction hotline.
You'll get the...
Isn't that great?
The regular number, the office number.
Hey, are you still with me?
I'm still here.
Yeah,
all right.
575-396-0499. And office is open already, I think. Yeah.
She just walked. It is.
575-396-0499.
That's the number I just called. I'm reaching you at right here.
She must not have switched the
It must
phones
be
over
rolling
yet.
over. Hold on. I'm going to put you on hold. I think. All right, 4 minutes after the hour, let's get to the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff, 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, online at thedesertfma.com. Not feeling good? Yeah, just feeling kind of, no get up and go. Go let them do your blood work. Let them check your blood work. Take the deep dive into your blood work to find out what is going on. The answers, most of the time, it lies in the blood work. Mm-hmm. They can discover that you're hormonally, you're out of whack. So they can, optimize your hormones. They also do testosterone replacement therapy. Check them out. If you're living in pain, they have answers for you also. Ozone therapy, cryotherapy chamber, and stem cell therapy. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
This is pretty rude behavior, even for a Canadian. A 43-year-old golfer in British Columbia got arrested for smashing his driver over another guy's head. It happened at the Burnaby Mountain Golf Course near Vancouver on October 12th, but the video of it just came out. And it sounds like the victim, or someone he was with, hit into the group in front of them. Now, you can hear the victim say it was a mistake, but the guy immediately cracks him with his driver so hard that the club head snapped off. Yeah. The guy he hit went down and started rolling around on the ground, holding his head, as you can imagine. Luckily, he wasn't seriously injured. His friends freaked out, but didn't retaliate. The guy filming stayed very calm and very Canadian about it, and he said, "We can de-escalate this, eh?" Cops showed up and arrested the guy, who they described as intoxicated. And it sounds like he's facing a charge for assault with a weapon. And for being on the golf course and cracking your driver over someone else's head for them making a mistake, well, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Looks like Supreme Court ruling on that voter rolls. Can Virginia purge the voting rolls? And I missed that headline.
It said the Supreme Court overturned the lower court,
meaning that Virginia can purge the voting rolls of non-citizens.
Yes.
There were 6,000 non-citizens on the voting rolls, and so Virginia has every right to reverse course.
Yes.
So they have cleared the way for Virginia to remove the non-citizens from the voter rolls a week away from the election. Well, 6 days if you want to split hairs away from the election. Close to the election. And that was what that is exactly what the appeals court said.
Yep.
Because you're in that dead period, you cannot remove them.
And the Supreme Court said no. Take the non-citizens off the voter rolls.
Yeah, if they're non-citizens, I think you should. Whew. Craziness. Teen pled guilty to all charges, shooting death of an academy student in Albuquerque. Teen involved in that shooting in 2022 shot the teenager. His name is Cruz Medina, pled guilty to shooting Jade Gonzalez and killing Jade Gonzalez. By the way, they were 16 years old at the time. Man. So, facing first-degree murder charges.
Man.
Could be locked up for a long time. Tampon Tim doling out taxpayer bucks to pay for, booty bumps for kids. Wait a second.
More elective plastic surgery?
No. Doling out taxpayer monies in Minnesota to a nonprofit to order paraphernalia allowing drug users to get high quickly by ingesting illegal substances through their booty.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, anally.
Oh, my God.
So they call it a booty bump kit. So if you do drugs anally, it gets into your bloodstream quicker. So I was told that about black seed oil, and I turned it down to take it that way. And I was like, no.
Well, does this really surprise you that Tim AWOL's FUD wants people to have things taken rectally?
I'm just, the whole idea. Wow.
I mean, talk about somebody who's just weird.
And here's the kit. Oh, my goodness. So the kit has some, it looks like a syringe, and it looks like some lube.
Oh, my God.
Some P. Diddy lube to go along. It's called booty bumping. Booty bumping is
nasty.
There's
Again,
actually
Tampon Tim, AWOL's FUD.
Booty bumping.
I mean, that sounds like something he would be into.
And by the way, speaking of P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, supposedly has enough dirt on half of Hollywood.
He probably does.
That they will pay him to keep his mouth shut. Supposedly he kept records. Could there be videos also?
Oh, I'm sure there are. Because it was at his house and he had cameras and everything everywhere.
So they will pay him. But will he ever get out of jail? Probably not.
Does he have to? I mean, he's going to just run his empire there.
I guess.
They know who he is.
By the way, 1 in 5 Americans are concerned about the election, about the integrity of the election.
Well, they should be, because Democrats have said that they won't have election integrity. But most Democrats don't have integrity.
Tom,
anyway.
do you believe that there could be bad things happening soon?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
Do you
prepared?
think there could be violence?
I think so.
This
I hope
is
not. But it's coming.
After the election? You think the Democrats, when they lose, will get violent? Thank God they don't believe in guns.
He's shaking his head yes for those
Yeah,
that
I mean,
can't
it's
hear
radio.
that.
Yes.
It's radio. I don't know what the hell a shaking of the head means on radio. We are a verbal communicating radio station. I think all of them are. Yeah. 32 people found living in a stash house in Albuquerque.
Mm.
You know, we've had liberals say, let everybody in because, you know, our people. Why aren't you taking care of your people? I'm going to tell you who's my people, my family. Not the color of my skin, not my heritage. My family is my people. That's my people. Border Patrol agent Jason Owens, he's the chief, announced they discovered a stash house in El Paso.
Right.
32 people living in the house in squalor conditions.
Mm.
You think we have any stash houses probably in New Mexico?
We've had some here.
Remember,
I can drive by and show
right
you
there
some
close
of
to
them.
Hagerman?
Yep.
They found, 60 people? And that happened by accident.
Totally.
They were located by accident.
Well, that's the way they usually locate them. I can probably drive by and point one out in probably most communities in southeast New Mexico.
Donald Trump leading Kamala Harris. Brand new polling numbers say that Trump has a 3-point lead nationally.
Wow. Already.
Let's hope that's true, but you better get out and vote because they're going to come up with enough votes otherwise.
Yeah, that's why too big to rig.
Yep.
Tom on the tax 812. Still to come. Good news of the day.
All right, Kevin, I loved how you answered the sex addiction hotline, and then straight to the testosterone.
It's testosterone.
Yes, and hormone commercial. Laugh my A off.
I am addicted. I admit.
And Blake
said
he smashed his driver. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to smash your putter.
So he smashed his driver.
By the way, it was a wood.
Club.
It was a wood.
It was.
I can just keep on.
Over the guy's head.
So is that nasty, is it? Okay.
I could keep on.
Oh, he smashed the driver over his head.
And this next texter say, Tom applied for a loan for a McRib week.
Yeah, Tom's applying for the loan.
So lots of companies are calling for the McRib, says the texter.
How big of a loan did you get?
That's coming, by the way.
Nobody.
Mine.
It's not made from pork.
I cannot stand the McRib. If I want
it's
ribs,
fake meat.
I'll eat ribs. I don't need any fake meat.
He's all in favor of fake meat.
Just because you put barbecue sauce on it, don't make it a rib.
It's coming next month, by the way.
Nobody cares.
But I can't eat them no more. So.
No, I'm sure you will.
Whatever.
By the way, the scale's right there. Go ahead and weigh in while we're talking. Go ahead.
Good luck.
Get her done.
My back hurts. I have bent over again.
So what the hell does that have to do?
Kevin, he said that he can't get it.
No problem. Hold on a second.
So Kevin right now is going to pull the scale out for Tom.
No problem. And I don't even have to bend over.
No, look at that. It takes away all the excuses. Now, Tom, you have to.
Well,
you got it. You got yourself into it.
Let it be weight. What's he weigh?
You got yourself into it now. You gave excuses.
Oh, look, I lost a little weight. I'm 186, big boy.
186.
Get Blake on the scale, too. I bet he breaks it.
Go ahead.
Blake says he's not getting on the scale.
Hold up. There you go. Make it easier for you.
Blake knows he's way fatter than he should be, and he's not getting on the scale to verify that.
Get your hand off the counter. Get your hand off the counter. Now, what did you say you weighed?
He said 272.
Yeah, how about 288?
288 is not in the neighborhood of 272.
You have gained how much weight?
Go ahead, Tom.
That's not right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Because at the doctor's office, I weigh 272.
Well, that's 288 right here.
And how long ago was that?
That's 2 days ago.
16.
Ain't no way I gained 15
You said
pounds.
last month.
Believe me.
16 pounds.
Believe me. That's right, because I weighed the other night at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's good. Not a problem. All right, we got to get to the good news of the day. We'll keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Tradio still to come. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Construction and siding services. Specializing in all your residential construction. They can also take care of your big metal buildings. They do siding. They do windows, doors, seamless gutters. If you got a problem with your roof, maybe got hail damage, get in touch with them. They work with the insurance companies. And like I said, commercial, and they do industrial metal buildings. Go to the website, SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com, a name that you can trust, 575-391-1430. Weather for the day, blow and dust this afternoon, high temperature 78, 44 for tonight. It's going to be a little nippy, 71 coming up for your Thursday, and rain in the forecast for the weekend. Tom, quickly.
All right. This texter says, have you guys seen the story about the school teachers putting sleepy time stickers on students? It's altering their personality. Ask the texter.
Was that the melatonin?
It's the melatonin. It's not altering their personality.
Yeah, it's the melatonin.
Melatonin is a known sleep aid.
Yeah, it makes them sleep.
It is a natural thing.
They would go me faster than Tom does.
That's pretty dang quick.
And in this
cough.
The 288 is because Tom is on the seafood diet. He sees it and he eats it.
Damn right he
says
is.
the texter.
No,
waiting for those McRibs.
I gave up the buffet. All I'm eating is fruits and vegetables.
I am.
Yeah.
And McRibs.
Yeah.
Now, peanut butter with celery, is that good?
That is not fruits and vegetables.
I can put peanut butter on my celery, right?
I mean, peanut butter is a protein.
Yes. Look, it's a double-edged sword. That's kind of a question.
Is it organic peanut butter?
It comes from the jar.
Yeah, well, that'd make it organic because it comes from a jar.
So peanuts, that is a high-protein food. However, they put a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
And it's also a very high-calorie food.
Yeah.
What's crunchy peanut butter I put on it?
Crunchy or smooth, doesn't matter. Still a lot of sugar, a lot of high calorie.
Continue.
All right.
A lot of calories in equals weight gain with no calories out.
Now, too bad that Monica is left now. We don't know what Patrick says. Did she leave to work?
She had an appointment.
An appointment, okay. So she'll be back. Now, tomorrow she's in Albuquerque, right?
She'll be at Trump rally tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to take a break. 9:18, keeping you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by our friends at La Tienda in Carlsbad. Yesterday, you missed Taco Tuesday. Don't worry about it. Friday, they got Fajita Friday, and they only use the USDA prime ribeye steak. You can buy it by the pound, or you can buy it by the burrito. Some of the savings this week at La Tienda in Carlsbad. The Choice Boneless Beef Arm Roast Family Pack, $3.97 a pound. Fresh ground beef, 80% lean. Family Pack, $3.59 a pound. Get sirloin cut pork chops, bone in. Family Pack, $1.49 a pound. Also, juicy snack size oranges, 4 for $1. Blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries, 6-ounce container, 2 for $5. Panhandle Pure Water, 24 pack, just $2.98. That's the 16.9-ounce bottles. And get the Food Club vegetables. 2 cans for $1. And the Bush's beans, 16-ounce cans, 5 for $5. Find out more of this and a whole lot more today at, of course, La Tienda in Carlsbad. We're coming right back. We're being the Breakfast Club already, 9:20.
Nomad and Hobbs and Tatum presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call now. Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. VP Kamala Harris with her closing argument on the ellipse eclipsed by President Biden's comments, talking about Trump supporters.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable.
The White House says he was only talking about the comedian at a Trump rally who made a garbage joke about Puerto Rico. The VP told supporters she would unify the country.
On day one, if elected, Donald Trump would walk into that office with an enemies list. When elected, I will walk in with a to-do list.
As Donald Trump was telling Fox's Hannity this.
We're going to take care of our borders immediately, day one. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We have more liquid gold than anybody else.
Last GDP report before the election, economic growth down to 2.8 from 3%. America is listening to Fox News.
When seconds matter and your family's in danger, who do you count on? Law enforcement and brave first responders. What if I told you that Congressman Gabe Vasquez has voted to defund the police, to stop the hiring of new Border Patrol agents, and reduce the sentences for dangerous criminals? This is Sheriff Mark Cage, and I am tired of people like Gabe Vasquez lying to us. Gabe talks a big game here in New Mexico, but his actions in Washington tell a very different story. We need a leader like Yvette Harrell in Congress. That's why law enforcement stands with her. Yvette is endorsed by the New Mexico Sheriff's Association, Albuquerque Police Officers Association, and the Border Patrol Union. It takes courage to stand up for what is right, and Gabe Vasquez doesn't have it. And when minutes matter and your life's on the line, Gabe Vasquez won't support those who answer the call, like me or my deputies. Stand with law enforcement and vote with me for Yvette Harrell.
I'm Yvette Harrell, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Yvette Harrell for Congress.
PMC Outlet, also known as The Shack, is located at 3106 East Green Street on the Hobbs Highway in Carlsbad and is well worth the drive. PMC's The Shack is a local family-owned indoor grow facility. They have low outlet pricing every day with farm-to-table delivery. They also have plenty of truck and trailer parking. You can find them online at pmccultivators.com or give them a call today, 575-988-8704. The Shack is open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and on Fridays, 8 to 6. Must be 21 years of age or older or 18 with a medical card.
Are you a mechanic looking for a career, not just a job? Hobbs Truck and Trailer is now hiring heavy-duty and light medium-duty mechanics. $20 to $45 an hour depending on experience. Retirement, insurance packages, uniforms after 30 days. You owe it to yourself to apply now at Hobbs Truck and Trailer. Call 575-433-4166 or apply online at hobbstruckandtrailer.net. Equal opportunity employer.
Don't fall prey to the horror movie cliches. Join Inn of the Mountain Gods Lucky 13 Chainsaw and Generator Giveaway. Earn entries daily for our drawing on Thursday, October 31st, where 13 players win a new chainsaw or gasoline generator. The Lucky 13 Chainsaw and Generator Giveaway at Inn of the Mountain Gods. While supplies last, must be 21 or older. Visit inofthemountaingods.com or see a Apache Spirit Club booth for details.
This Hobbs Eagles Sports Update is brought to you by America Supply in Hobbs, locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of Hobbs Eagles athletics.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
We're talking to Hobbs head coach Ken Stevens. Coach, was a big win over Oregon Mountain. You got the Cavemen this week. Tell us all about it.
Awesome to be able to win big against Oregon Mountain here at home on senior night, which potentially is our last home game here at Watson this year. To be able to win big, we're able to get a lot of people into the game. Even some seniors that don't get much playing time typically, we're able to get those guys in there on the field on senior night. So that's a great feeling to be able to reward those guys with their hard work and get everybody in. And then obviously we're able to get in some of our younger guys. And with that win, it puts us in a pretty good position. We're 5-4 with one more to go in district. I'm fairly confident that we'll be in the playoffs, win or lose next week. The problem is if we don't win, we're probably 11 or 12 seed, which is either the last or next to last seed. This last game is very important. Obviously, we would like to finish with the 6-4 record and a win over Carlsbad, which has become a pretty strong rivalry game here over the last decade or so, because it seems like it comes down to every year that they're going to give us everything they got, and we're going to have to be ready for anything and everything.
This has been your Hobbs Eagles Sports Update, brought to you by America Supply, 502 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-393-3383.
Well, it's a Bloody Mary morning.
Pausing for a moment to let Tom A. catch up. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Be in the Breakfast Club. Call or text 877-396-W105 to talk to B in the Breakfast Club.
It's enough for today. Gonna go bye-bye right now. I need a big boy nap.
I don't care who you are. That is still funny.
It's even more funny right now.
All right, 9:26. One story, and then we're going to get to the good news of the day. David DePape. Tom, you know who that is?
Never heard of him.
Anyway, that was the guy that assaulted Nancy Pelosi's husband.
Oh.
Can you believe in a liberal state like California, this guy got life in prison without parole for attacking Paul Pelosi with a hammer? Look, if they could just get a balance, there are people that kill people and get out of jail in California. This guy gets life without parole. You mess with the wrong chick's hubby.
Yep.
That's what you did. 8 million people infected with TB in 2023. How was that? That's worldwide. By the way, the numbers are up.
Yeah, but they're up here because we're letting them in unchecked, unvetted.
Yeah, unvaccinated. And good news to report, new data shows that New Mexico high school graduates are ready for college. I don't know how the testing scores are so low that we're like at the bottom, but according to new numbers released by ACT, graduating class of 2024 scores are above the national average.
Because they adjusted the numbers. Now, you also have to remember, Kevin.
Those are only people going to college.
Yes, and colleges now have remedial classes that they qualify for if they can't do regular things, so therefore they are qualified.
There you go.
You can't do math? It's okay. They got a math class for people who can't do math.
Not a problem. Good news of the day this morning being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
Well, since I had the boob of the day being the golfer who smashed a driver over the head of another one, the first good news story is an 82-year-old Marine named David Lorenzo just got his Naval Academy class ring back 54 years after he lost it on a golf course near Pittsburgh. Yeah. Random golfer found it after the storm. And a little closer to home, athletic trainers are typically expected to help out athletes whenever they get hurt, but one high school, they had to help out a coach during a medical emergency. Enrique Ochoa, being an athletic director, was always his dream. And October 19th was like any other day for him, except that one of the JV soccer coaches started to have a medical emergency. So Ochoa started to render aid with an AED, which helps those suffering from cardiac arrest.
Mm-hmm.
A nearby referee and a bystander jumped in to help. The coach was taken to the hospital and is recovering. Ochoa is grateful so many people were actually able to help out and believes everyone should be CPR certified, and said he would like to see more AEDs available in both schools and public places. AED is, of course, the defibrillator. And Kevin, that is your good news of the day.
Tom, are you certified?
Yes. About 20 years ago.
Then you are not certified now.
Was there a difference?
Yes, you have to keep up your certification.
Oh.
Quickly to the text. We got to go.
All right, one more regarding Monica. Says she had an appointment to get her hair done. I mean, you can't go to a Trump rally and have worse hair than
No,
Donald Trump
she had an
does.
appointment for her kids and a doctor.
Yeah, but this guy was kidding about it. And there you go. B.
At least Donald Trump has hair.
And we did have one listener asking if we would get Gabe Vasquez on for an interview.
Gabe was on and had to go.
September 20th.
I guarantee you Gabe Vasquez will not come back on.
Probably not.
He does not like hard questions.
Doesn't like questions.
Yes. Him and Kamala suffer from the same, I don't want to call it a disease. It's an affliction.
Afflicted.
Having to answer questions. It's called answer questionitis. He suffers. All right, we're out of here. Tradio coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Call Enrique Rocha, 575-631-1999 today. Air conditioning, heating, you can take care of all of your problems and turn them into solutions.
Awesome.
Yeah. Get in touch with him. 575-631-1999. We're out.